Hey good people, welcome to the channel. I'm Musically Malnourished and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. Today we're checking out the 1996 debut album from Jay-Z titled Reasonable Doubt. Now, the reason we're doing this is we've been on a journey with many artists, but going through Kanye's discography in particular, and we're coming up to the space between My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy and Yeezus. And I know there's an album in there called Watch the Throne that was done in collaboration with Jay-Z, and that they have a history together. So what I wanted to do was go back and get a little bit of an education in Jay-Z. So we're going to do a few Jay-Z albums, then do Watch the Throne, and one of Jay-Z's albums that was produced by Kanye. I think that'll be a great thing. And then do Watch the Throne, and then move forward with Kanye. This will definitely be the furthest I've gone back in rap so far on my journey. And I looked up a few things about Jay-Z, like what was going on at the time. So he's around 27 years old at this time. And from my understanding, was a drug dealer, Maryland and Virginia, and was kind of utilizing that as well to fund what would become his label, Roc-A-Fella, and that he was an underground rapper and sideman. He had released a single, I think, in 1994, founded Roc-A-Fella in 1995, and obviously the rest is history at that point. But we're going to get in, we're going to listen to each song. I'll make a few comments along the way, but I'll be keeping some notes here on my handy-dandy notebook so that after each track we can talk about the things that stand out and see what we can find out, some insider information. So this is track 1, titled Can't Knock the Hustle, featuring Mary J. Blige. Here we go.
See. Okay. All right, big man. You want to make some big bucks, huh? Let's see how tough you are. You know something about cocaine? Dígame. You kidding me or what, man? There's a bunch of Colombians coming in Friday. New guys. They said they got 2 keys for us, for openers. Pure cocaine. You tell them capiche. I want you to go over there. And if it's what they say it is, you buy it and you bring it back. You can do that, you make $5 grand. Meet at the bodegas, noon Friday. You get the buy money then. Oh, and Chico, if anything happens to the buy money, pobrecito. Jay-Z's gonna stick your heads up your asses faster than a rabbit gets fucked.
Yeah. Roc-A-Fella, y'all. Roc-A-Fella, y'all.
I love this old style.
Check. Yo, I'm making short-term goals when the weather falls. Just put away the leathers and put ice on the gold. Chilly with enough bail money to free a big Willie. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly. Shopping sprees, copping 3. Deuce fever, yeses, fully loaded, yes. Bouncing in the Lex Luger, tire smoke like Buddha. 50 G's to the crap shooter, niggas can't fade me. Chrome stocks beaming, through my peripheral, I see you scheming. Stop dreaming, I leave your body steaming. Niggas is fiending, what's the meaning? I'm leaning on any nigga intervening with the sound of my money machining. My cup runneth over with hundreds. I'm one of the best niggas that done it. 6 digits and running, y'all niggas don't want it. I got the Godfather flow, the Don Juan, the Marco. Swear to God, don't get it fucked up.
Taking up this time.
It definitely has this real like high class sound to it, which I think was something he was trying to kind of pioneer. This businessman, which also comes across in the cover art.
State where I drop my sling. I'm deep in the south, kicking up top game. Bouncing on the highway, switching 4 lanes. Screaming through the sunroof, money ain't a thing. Your worst fear confirmed. Me and my fam roll tight like the firm. Getting down for life, right? You better learn. Why I play with fire, you burn. We get together like a choir to acquire what we desire. We do dirt like worms. Produce
This little jazzy piano.
I got extensive hoes with expensive clothes, and I sip fine wines and spit vintage flows, but y'all know. Yeah, cause you can't knock the hustle.
But until then, they think I'm the one who's crazy. Cause that's the way you're making me feel.
You can't knock the hustle.
I'm just trying to get mine. I don't have
niggas lunching, punching the clock. My function is to make munchin', lay back munchin', sipping Remy on the rocks. My crew, something to watch, nothing to stop. Unstoppable, scheme on the ice. I gotta hot your crew. I gotta let you niggas know the time like my bottle. My motto, stack rocks like Colorado. Waddle off the champagne, crystals by the bottle. It's a damn shame what you're not though. Me, slick like a gato, fucking Jay-Z. My pops knew exactly what he did when he made me. Try to get a nut and he got a nut and what? Straight bananas, can a nigga see me? Got the US Open, advantage jigger. Serve like Sampras, play fake rappers like a campus. The Tigra, son, you're too eager. You ain't
What's that line about a nut like a baby is like a little peanut?
Make this whole world believers, huh? At my arraignment, screaming, all us blacks got is sports and entertainment. Until we even, leaving, as long as I'm breathing. Can't knock the way a nigga eating. Fuck you even.
It's just real easy listening, man. Real smooth. Be interesting to see, like, on this album, if there are these parts where he leans in and takes a real aggressive approach. I love that line. You know, I'm reminded of my experience with Jay-Z. So, you know, most of what I heard was in a very short period of time in my life, just even musically, which is why there's so much I haven't heard. And I've shared that before. I was in about 5th grade. MTV was really at its height with Carson Daly and TRL Live, the top 10 music countdown that came on every day around the time when I got home from school. And man, that was just a great time. And that show, you know, up in New York, I think right there in Times Square, live studio audience, they always had different stars in and then would air the music videos. But around that time as well, I started going to the Boys and Girls Club after school. And I remember this was like the time that Big Pimpin' came out. And this was on his 4th studio album, Life and Times of Sean Carter, released in 1999. So that tracks. But I just remember, and I don't know why they did it, but the person that drove the van that took all of us elementary school kids from the school to the Boys and Girls Club would put things on like this. And I just remember being in the back, big pimpin', spending cheese, we be big pimpin'. I don't even remember the rest of the lyrics, but that's kind of the extent of my interaction with Jay-Z. But I do remember that like vividly in my head. Okay, man, a lot of great things here. I love that smooth sound. And I've talked before, one of the things I love about J. Cole, and I know like I've still got to get further and further into his library, although I have heard 2014 Forest Hills Drive, Born Sinner, and then we went back and have been working through his discography, but still haven't made it to things like KOD, For Your Eyes Only, and then obviously his most recent work, The Fall Off. But one of the things that I really love about J. Cole is, of course, the production is wonderful, like on point. He's working with great people, but a lot of the beats are fairly simple and just done masterfully, and it puts the lyricism forward. And I think J. Cole still has this kind of classic flow about him that I really love. And there's some other guys that I've heard as well, but I really love this vintage type flow. And he even used the word vintage in here. there's just something about it, man, that's smooth and it's hard and it comes from a place of experience. And so I think I'll really enjoy the rest of this. Let's get in here and take a look, and then there are a few lyrics I want to look at. Can't Knock the Hustle was released as the third single. Guest appearance from R&B superstar Mary J. Blige. She got on the track as a favor to her friend, Dame Dash. She was paid $10,000 in cash from a paper bag, but her label didn't allow her to appear in the music video. They're like, we're not sure about this one yet. Mary sang portions of Melissa, that apostrophe is throwing me off. First verse from the 1986 track Fool's Paradise for the chorus. The beat was sampled from Marcus Miller's Much Too Much. Jay also released the Fool's Paradise remix. Jay explained the concept of Can't Knock the Hustle. It sounds like I'm saying you can't knock my hustle. But who I was talking to was the guys on the street, because rap was my hustle. Like at the time, the street was my job. Co-founder Kareem Biggs Burke added, he wasn't talking about hustling. He was talking about the music business being the hustle. He was talking to everybody else like, don't knock us, because that's the new hustle. That's why it's so funny. People don't understand the genesis. It was a representation of us and our life together. Jay-Z told NPR, there's a song called Can't Knock the Hustle, and it sounds like I'm saying you can't knock the hustle, but okay, it's kind of a repeat. It was produced by Nobody with a K, with co-production from Sean C., Dahad Darian. At the time of production, Nobody lived at his mother's house in Harlem, which happened to be located across the road from Damon Dash's home at 1199. The three producers held residency there, spending hours every day making beats. Knowing that Dame was working with a talented up-and-coming rapper, Nobody gave one of their beat CDs to the Roc-A-Fella Records co-founder, and he would soon return with Jay, who was ready to rap over the beat. In an interview with Spin in 2016, Darian reminisced on the recording session. Jay-Z sat up there, listened to the beat. He don't write no rhymes down, no paper. He's sitting there, nodding his head for a little bit. You think he's listening to the beat, but he's just writing the rhyme in his head at the same time. Then he goes in the vocal booth and knocks it out like a champ. Wow, that's wild. Especially if you're trying to put something together that, because obviously a freestyle, I feel like freestyles typically rely on really great lyricism, but it doesn't necessarily have to be really connected ideas. But across a song, across an album, if it's not just a mixtape, you're trying to kind of paint this full picture. And it kind of be like if somebody said, hey, can you hop up there real quick and give us talk to us about this thing? You're like, oh, you could probably do it, if you know something about it. But that's different than putting a lecture together, because then you're very, the intent is different, and you're very purposeful in every word that you use, every concept that you convey. You're really able to kind of do the thought of, well, how does this idea connect to this idea? And am I saying this clearly? So I'd be curious, how that looks over the course of an entire album. Kareem told MTV News that Jay didn't want to rap over that beat, but I called him and said he should, because it would come out hot regardless. Dame has also said that Hove only agreed to finish the track when he told him he would get Mary J. Blige to sing a hook. The unfinished version of the track can be found in a 95 5-track Reasonable Doubt sampler titled Jay-Z's Listening Party. The rough version features a freestyle-like second verse that differs from the official version. Okay, so it sounds like he did go back and rework some things. Still had original flows in his prime. Hove stays getting unacknowledged even in 2016. Well, and maybe, I don't know. I feel like he's definitely acknowledged in different ways, moving into that place of an owner, right? And I feel like that's, from my outside observations, obviously Jay's incredibly talented and does some features and has made a lot of music of his own, but you could tell, like, and maybe this is even connected to like his drug dealing, that the idea of running a business is very different than being an artist. And you can tell that side of him, like, he really wanted to lead into that ownership side. Okay, a few of the lyrics, I think there was a Free Willy reference in here. Free Willy was my jam when I was a kid. Chili with enough bail money to free a Big Willie. Might be a double in here. Big Willie is 90s street slang for a drug dealer who earns a lot of money hustling and lives lavishly. Jay's got a vast amount of money he can use to get out of jail. Okay. Being able to free a Big Willie is a reference to the 93 movie Free Willy. Nas had used the term Big Willie about 2 years prior in his song The World Is Yours. The crew is lampin', Big Willie style. Jay-Z also used the term Big Willie in 2 other songs from this same album. No more Big Willie, my game has grown. Prefer you call me William. Okay, that's cool, man, because it's like street slang versus a proper name. In his song Regrets, you know they think guns can stop for frontin' like they're Big Willie, but really He would use the term again the next year in his song In My Lifetime remix, Big Willie get you chilly when I pass, huh? Okay, man, there's another one here. High stakes, I got more at stake than Philly, which I'm sure is a reference to Philly cheesesteaks. And then obviously the stakes meaning the weight of something. The word steak is a double meaning. It refers to the risks he's taking. The second meaning being the food. More at stake than Philadelphia, which is a reference to the popular Philly cheesesteak. Dude, growing up, we used to have this place called the Philly Connection that went out of business. And I don't know if it was a chain or just a local place. I used to love going there. My dad would take me there to get Philly cheesesteaks. And my oldest son has an affinity for Philly cheesesteaks. We just don't have a Philly connection. Okay. Another one I wanted to look at is he had a quote in here, money ain't a thing. Scream into the sunroof, money ain't a thing, I'm sure is a lyric from another song. The line that spawned the hit single Money Ain't a Thing, produced by Jermaine Dupri. Dupri explained the inspiration in an interview with Complex. Okay, so it is a song from Jermaine Dupri. What did he say here? Did he say Movado? I gotta let you know the time like Movado, my motto, stack rocks like Colorado, which obviously this is a reference to the Rockies, right? Crack rocks, Jay's main source of income during his youth, are piled sky high like the Colorado Rockies. Rocks may also refer to jewels. A reference to Swiss watchmaker Movado. Okay, I didn't even know that was a watch. Not to be confused with the dance hall star that Jay would collaborate with in 2009. Movado watches have no numbers on their face, so it's difficult to identify the time correctly or accurately. That's interesting because it's like, I got to let you know, especially if he's talking in this song about like not being overlooked, seeming crazy because of the shift that he's wanting to make or the goals that he's trying to achieve. And he's like, I can sense the time, but you guys can't see it. So I got to let you know the time like Movado. That's really cool. And I loved the line Mary J was singing. One day you'll be a star, but until then, lately, I'm the one who's crazy because that's the way you're making me feel. And that's just the reality in life a lot of times, man. When there's something that you want to achieve that maybe is outside of something you've done before or feels leaps and bounds beyond what you've done before, then you are going to look and sound a little bit crazy. And that's why, there's that side between not pushing out the people that you trust that may steer you away from making a destructive decision. And I'm not necessarily talking about, you can take that into your life personally, but I'm talking about like career, business, pursuits. But, let that go into other arenas of life as well. But there is that thing between like being able to take counsel from people you trust, but also being able to shut out the voices of detractors, and some of them very well-meaning. Because if you believe in something so strongly, everything that has manifested or come about generally starts with somebody that was considered crazy, or people thought, well, why would you do it like that? This is working just fine. Jay, you're doing a great job. You're making money here. Like, why do you want to go get involved in that? And yet having this vision of what you know you can accomplish and the goal that you have, and kind of having an idea of the strategy to get there, staying steadfast in that thing and having to sometimes shut out all the exterior noise. And you'll feel crazy and you'll look crazy until you're not. All right. Let me pick up my pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. Let's get into track 2. This is Politics as Usual.
You know how we do.
A little like steel drum sound.
Forever. You can catch me skating through your town, putting it down. Y'all relating, no waiting. I'll make your block infrared hot. I'm like sick. Y'all feel a nigga struggle. Y'all think a nigga luddle. Hustle behind the wheel, trying to escape my trouble. Can't stop the greeting me. I'm talking sweet.
Dude, these are really high class sounding beats.
My life is based on sacrifices. Jews like ISIS and fools that think I slip. You fuck around, you get your guys hit. They built me to be filthy on some I do or die shit. For real, the price of leather's got me deeper than ever. And just think, winter's here. I'm trying to feel me, nigga. Politics as usual. Took my Frito to Tito in the district. Bless me with some BS, somethings I could live with. Stop fronting, and for the dough I raise, gotta get shit of praise. No disrespect to you, make sure your word is true. I'm taking wages down in Vegas just in case Tyson have a major night off. That's clean money.
Mike Tyson.
You ain't seen money in your life when it comes to this cheese. Y'all like 3 blind mice.
That's a fun line.
Who pump Willie, I expose. The furthest you chilies been is the poker nose. My portfolio leads to Don Corleone, nigga, please. 10-year fellion, heavy on the wrist. I face use with the diamond flooded Jesus and blind your face shoes.
The Jesus piece.
Stride, jigger, I keep it tight, nigga. Politics as usual. You feel my triumph, never feel my pain, I'm lying. Low in the leather's iron, the best that's ever came. The game changes like my mind just ain't right. Rewind, get this dope, I guess it ain't your night. Sucking me in like a vacuum. I remember telling my family I'll be back soon. That was December 85, then Jay-Z rise 10 years later, got me wise. Still can't break my underworld tie. I wear black a lot in the act a lot. Got matching VCRs, a huge Magnavox, 10-inch, green like spinach, pop wines, that's vintage. It's a lot of big money in my sentence. Hitting towards a meal, lipper, venting, I kill like that chick, baby, 1-2 cat, yeah, I do that. Ain't no stopping the champagne from popping, the drawers from dropping, the law from watching. I hate 'em. Politics as usual.
Be interested to see what they're sampling here. So it seems like at this point he had made a decent amount of money. Get those long fade outs. That was just a sign of the times. All right. Politics as usual. When you're a drug dealer, your body politic consists of your supplier, your customers, the police, and the competition. To paraphrase former Speaker of the House Tip O'Neill, for a cocaine dealer, all politics is local. It's like they're operating in a different world. Producer Ski Beats created the beat for Politics as Usual, the sample from Hurry Up This Way Again by the Stylistics, which producer Clark Kent, oh snap, Superman on this, also sampled and submitted to Jay later, but Ski's version was used for the album. Ski talked about the track in an interview with Complex. We was working on Reasonable Doubt at the time. Anything I made hot, Jay was trying to have dibs on it. The system we had, we would make music first. He would reference it in my house. We would do a pre-production at the crib. He would go home and get the lyrics memorized even more, then go to the studio and relay it. He would just get in his own place, stare into space, and next thing you know, an hour later, he got a song. He just wrote them and went in the booth. It took him 2 or 3 takes at most, and it was done. I had done Politics as Usual for Jay-Z, but Camp Lo wanted the beat because of the horns. They was like, yo, how are you going to give that beat to Jay-Z? What about us? You always given Jay the dope beats. Ski added, that's one of my favorite records to this day. I think that was the blueprint to what Kanye West and Just Blaze are doing now. The whole soulful voice thing. What is Camp Lo? American hip-hop duo formed in 95, which hails from the Bronx. The duo consists of Sonny Chiba, Salahaddin Wilds, and Geechee Suede, Saladin Wallace. Both of Muslim upbringing, the duo is perhaps best known for the 97 hit Lucini, aka This Is It. I'm not familiar. That is a tough place to be in, but it seems like he made the right decision. I was driving, coming from somewhere, this is what Ski Beats said, and that Stylistics record came on the radio. I heard the part in the song, and I had to go to the record store immediately to get it. I copped the CD, went home, heard the sample, how I wanted to hook it up. The next day, Jay and I are in the studio recording Politics as Usual. Yeah, man, the extra steps required at that time. Have to go get the CD. That's cool, though. Let's see. Yeah, there are a few lines in here. My life is based on sacrifices, jewels like ISIS. Jewels, priceless lessons which gifted Hove wisdom. Oh, referring to the Egyptian goddess of wisdom, Isis. Also refers to the Egyptian goddess. Is that where ISIS, the terrorist organization, got its name? No. The terrorist organization known as ISIS, okay, was not named after the ancient Egyptian goddess, stands for Islamic State in Iraq and Syria. The similarity to the Egyptian goddess of magic, motherhood, and fertility is entirely coincidental. The goddess Isis is often associated with protection and nurturing, which is the antithesis of the group's ideology. Antithesis. Okay. I never knew this. And then he said Frito, which makes me wonder, because I only know Fritos as, I took my Frito. I only know it as the chip. Jay-Z takes his money, chips, as slang, but here he calls it Frito, like Frito-Lay, the snack chip, to Tito, the jeweler, who was the best hip-hop jeweler before Jacob came along. Took my Frito to Tito in the district. Blessed me with some verses. VS verse is a clarity rating given to diamonds that are clean but not super clean diamonds. And then I was curious, somebody referenced this in the comments down there. I wear black a lot because he says in the act a lot. Is it meant to reference AC/DC? No, AC is slang for the car brand Acura, with the Acura Integra being considered the most popular cars at the time. Okay. Got matching VCRs, a huge Magnavox. Look at that, dude. Screens in the seats. Back in the day. The Sony CD player, Macintosh amp, Sony VCR player, 3 video monitors. Gosh, that would have been the dream back then, man. I had this little car, the Eagle Talon, which was a hatchback, and had these big 10-inch speakers in it with this 1,000-watt amp. I actually wouldn't mind having that little car nowadays. Okay. Let's move into track 3, titled Brooklyn's Finest, featuring the Notorious B.I.G. Uh-oh.
Okay, I'm reloaded. You motherfuckers think you big
So we're going to have this guy throughout doing these skits.
You gonna die big time. Here come the pain.
Those are pretty, really bassy shots.
Yeah. Hey, yo, peep the style and the way the cops sweat us. The #1 question is, can the feds get us? I got vendettas and dice games against ass betters and niggas who pump wheels and drive jettas. Take that with ya.
Hit ya, back split ya. Fuck fist fights and lame scuffles. Pillowcase to your face, make the shell muffle. Shoot your daughter in the calf muscle. Fuck a tussle, nickel plated. Sprinkle coke on the floor, make it drug related. Most hated.
Can't fade it. While y'all pump Willie, I run up and stunt silly. Scared, so you sent your little mans to come kill me. But on the contrary, I packs the Mac Millie, squeezed off on them, left the paramedics breathing soft on them. What's your name?
Who shot your mouth ties like Sinatra?
Did the Notorious B.I.G., wasn't he shot?
700s, they ain't made them yet. Rolex and bracelets is frostbit. Rings too, niggas riding away, call me igloo stick.
Where you from?
Brooklyn going out for all.
Marcy.
You don't stop.
Best style.
You won't stop.
Nigga.
What? Jay-Z, Big Smalls, nigga, shit your drawers. Brooklyn, represent y'all, hit your falls. You crazy? Think a little bit of rhymes can play me? I'm from Marcy, I'm varsity chump, you JV. Jay-Z.
Nigga, man, my bed style flows malicious, delicious. Fuck 3 wishes, made my road to riches from 62.
He's got such a deep tone.
Graham chopping, police van docking, D's at my doors knocking.
Yeah, rockin', yeah, no more mister. Nice guy, twist your shit. The fuck back with the pistols. Blazing, hot like Cajun. Hotter than even holding work at the day's end. With New York plates outside. Get up out of there. Fuck your ride.
Keep your hands high.
The Days Inn would have been a dangerous place.
The Grim Reaper, Frank White, need the keys to your innkeeper.
That's right.
Chill, homie, the bitch in the Shoney's told me you're holding more drugs than the pharmacy. You ain't harming me, so pardon me. Pass the safe before I blaze the place and hit 6 shots just in case.
Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit you draw.
Where you from?
Brooklyn going out to all.
Crown Heights.
You don't stop.
Brownsville.
You won't stop.
It sounds so much like Kanye when he throws out the N-word at times as a little ad lib.
Fort Greene.
You won't stop.
Yeah. For 9-6, the only MC with a flu. Yeah, I rhyme sick. I be what you're trying to do. Made a fortune off Peru. Extradite, China white, hair on. Nigga, please, like short sleeves, I been wrong. Stay out away from here wrong.
Clear.
Gone.
Me and Gunna had 2 spots. The 2 for $5 hits, the blue tops. Gotta go, Coolio, mean it's getting too hot. If they have twins, she probably have 2 pops. Get it?
Time to separate the pros from the cons, the platinum from the bronze, that butter soft shit from that leather on the fawns, a S1 diamond from my I-class dome, a Chardon sipper from a rosé nigga, Brook non, sippin' on.
Cristal forever. Play the
Cristal.
The mafia keep
Had to be in every rapper's fridge on MTV Cribs.
Slugs through your nautical. I'm warning ya.
Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit you draw.
Where you from?
Brooklyn going out to all.
Flatbush.
You don't stop.
Red Hook.
That's right. You won't stop.
Nigga.
Jay-Z and Biggie Smalls, nigga, shit you draw.
Where you from?
Brooklyn going out to all.
East New York.
You don't stop.
Clinton Hills.
You won't stop.
Nigga. Brooklyn in the house. Roc-A-Fella, y'all. Junior Mafia. Super Big Flip. Brooklyn's finest. You be widest. Represent BK to the fullest.
Oh, it might get a hard stop on this one. Sort of. Oh man, the reference to Shoney's. I remember going to Shoney's as a kid. Funny thing is, I remember vividly in Shoney's, they had a big what the heck do you call them? The machines you put money in and get snacks from? How am I not? Listen, sometimes it just, when you're trying to come up with it on the spot, a vending machine. They had a vending machine with cigarettes, because this was back in the day, you could still like smoke inside everywhere. And you just put your money in and pulled the little plunger, and it was a Camel cigarettes vending machine inside Shoney's. All right. Sorry, the wrong track. Brooklyn's finest. Two of Brooklyn's finest, Biggie and Jay-Z, which I thought Biggie was, Notorious B.I.G. was also Biggie Smalls, which I'm pretty sure he is, because they also said that in the song. They collaborate over a DJ Clark Kent track built around a sample from Ecstasy by the Ohio Players. Clark detailed how the track came together in an interview with Complex, saying Biggie wanted the beat for himself. Ended up coming to Jay's studio session where they met and collaborated for the first time. That's cool. Song is one of the few Biggie Jay-Z collabs. In an interview with Billboard, the co-founder of Roc-A-Fella Records, Kareem Biggs Burke, recalled the studio session for this song. This is something that we were dying to get done. Dame actually gave Clark the same sample for that song. Then, when Biggie and Jay sat at the board, the engineer came and dropped a pad and a pen right in between them. Jay took it, looks at it, and then he pushes it over to Big. Big looks at it, pushes it back. That's the time they realized neither one of them wrote lyrics down on paper. Jay actually went in and did everything in 5 minutes. He broke down the song and left all these parts for Big. It was a different type of beat at the time. Biggie was trying to really catch the beat, and when he left, he said, "When I give you a song to rhyme on for my album, I'm going to make sure it's a regular beat so you could do a straight 16, not all this breakdown." That's interesting, because even here is like, you can see these things, these different, I guess, clashing of cultures, because I could imagine at the time, and maybe this still exists too, if you were known for not really writing down lyrics, it'd almost be like a one-up to the person. If you pass over the pad and they start writing stuff down, it's like, oh yeah, you're not on my level. And I used to think the same thing about people that could go up and give sermons without notes. I knew a few guys, a few pastors who didn't. Actually, I really only knew like one. And it wasn't like a just going up kind of saying whatever and all over the place and you can't track or follow him down. Like, he would literally prepare and have all of his notes. So he was very clear in what he was communicating. But he had this whole system. The auditorium that he preached in had like 3 doorways. And he used to do this like filing system in his brain where he would put, like in his mind, over each door frame kind of the 3 points he wanted to convey, and then could do it off of that and would memorize his notes and then do it without any notes. He also used to do this trick that, I mean, I remember I sat in a room and he had just met a majority of people in the room. There's probably 30 people in the room. And yet he went through and said all of our names because he had met us and memorized them and had this whole memorization system. So I could just see, and then obviously, you know, Biggs being like, this beat, all this stuff. Like, I'll give you something simple, something pure. Reggie, Combat Jack Osei, a former lawyer for Roc-A-Fella, recounted the making of the song. When I contacted Bad Boy for Big's clearance, Puff couldn't grant us the full single rights. Big had been on almost everybody's records, and Arista didn't want him to be overexposed. I remember being on the phone once again begging for Puff to let Big on rock on a single and video, and Puff asking me, yo, what the F is a Jay-Z? I can't get Clive Davis to clear Big on some unknown rapper's record. To his credit, Puff did let The Rock keep the song on the album. This is the first time they ever appeared on Wax together, although they'd met prior to the recording. Producer Clark Kent said he was forced to write the hook for the record. I had to sit down and write a hook because they left me in the studio. We were at the mix session. I'm like, you guys have to give me a hook. They were like, scratch something. Then Jay walked out like, I'll be back. Why is this song one of the most important in Jay's back catalog? Notorious B.I.G. was the king of New York during the mid-90s. Countless rappers, producers, entrepreneurs have been quoted saying they looked up to the rapper. Clark recalls the recording of the song as the time Jay and Big, because more than just fellow rappers, they became friends. That's also the day Jay and Big became friends, so it's like right then and there they became friends. All of a sudden you see them together and interacting with each other. Considering Jay classes him as one of his biggest influences, this track is a pivotal moment in Jay's development as an artist. Let's see. So Christopher, the Notorious B.I.G. Wallace, was fatally shot in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, March 1997, while stopped at a red light in his SUV at the intersection of Fairfax Avenue and Wilshire Boulevard. An assailant in a black Chevy Impala pulled up alongside him and fired 4 shots, killing the 24-year-old hip-hop icon. 24? Man, that's tragic. Which I know there's a lot of finger pointing and inner politics around a few deaths like that within the hip hop world, like almost hits to a degree. I'm not super clear on a lot of them, but I remember watching one documentary or a part of a documentary that was kind of speaking on that. I think it was, it might have been the documentary that 50 Cent released about Puff. I'm sure the reference here about the Days Inn, because I think Days Inn still has a pretty bad rap. Yeah, chain of budget hotels frequented by drug dealers in the 90s. Hotter than even Holden work at the Days Inn. With New York plates outside, get up out of there, forget the ride. Jay uses hotter to correlate the risk of staying in a Days Inn full of drugs with New York plates on the car sitting in front of them. Clear giveaway at the time to police those looking to rob dealers. He suggests you leave on foot if need be because the car is probably already marked. Wow. Here comes the Grim Reaper, Frank White. Biggie often refers to himself as the Black Frank White after Christopher Walken's character in the 1990 thriller King of New York, intimidating drug lord. I have not seen that movie. Okay. Then there was this, what seemed to be a double here on the White Heron, like the bird, right? Made a fortune off Peru extradite China white heroin, but in the Apple lyrics it said white heron. Heavy drug reference, Peru and China white both refer to sources of heroin. Extradite implies internal drug trafficking. Jay is portraying himself as kingpin type figure, tying his rap persona to the glamorized drug dealer mythos. Fortune off Peru, extradite China white heroin. What is the white heron? Let's see. 3 birds depending on your location. Maybe it's just where Apple has the lyrics wrong. I was curious if maybe one of these places was also referring to the white heron. Could be. I could just be overlooking it. And then the line that Biggie really wanted you to get, because he was like, you get it? Tupac's? It's not showing up. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was before. I don't know why the search wasn't working. Bear with me. Here it is. Gotta go. Coolio means it's getting too hot. Is that a song from Coolio? Police are about to make an imminent arrest, a reference to Coolio's song Too Hot. Okay. If Faith have twins, she'd probably have 2 Pacs. Get it? 2 Pacs. On the video shoot for California Love in November 95, Tupac would imply he had a relationship with Biggie's wife, Faith Evans, after she came to California during the East-West Bad Boy Death Row battle, recorded for the original version of Wanda Why They Call You on October 95, a session which produced an infamous photo of the two together. Jeez. Tupac then put it on wax that he slept with Faith on Hit 'Em Up, which was released 3 weeks before Brooklyn's Finest, but according to Tupac Legacy, Hit 'Em Up was first recorded on October 31st, 1995, so Biggie may or may not be responding to the song. The line shows Biggie poking fun at the possibility that Faith, who became pregnant with their son CJ, around, oh my gosh, might be actually having a 2-pack of kids that both belong to Tupac after their alleged affair. In an interview for the West Side Radio show on Los Angeles radio, The Beat, DJ Julio G asked Biggie about this line. He explained if it was a diss as well as how he felt when recording it. Yo, messing with another man's wife is crazy. This line is crazy. I'm glad we looked at that. This is the last one I want to look at. Red Hook. Oh, there's no thing for it. Brooklyn going out to all. Flatbush, you don't stop. Red Hook, that's right, you won't stop. So this says, when you connect Jay-Z to Red Hook, a waterfront neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York, typically involves his deep local roots, his history of real estate, or his past neighborhood ties. Okay. Let me know if you have any other insight. Now, I see here Dead Presidents 2 as the next track. What was Dead Presidents? Okay, so it was released as a promotional single, the original Dead Presidents. But it didn't make the cut, so it was used for a, let's see. Dead Presidents' first single released for Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt. This version was used for the music video, but didn't make the cut for the album. However, its sequel, Dead Presidents 2, did make the cut. Okay, that's cool. Glad we got clarity on that. All right, so this is Dead Presidents 2. Hey, if you're enjoying this video and you want access to hundreds of hours of additional content from dozens of artists, then check out my Patreon. That's where we host music videos, live performances, exclusive live streams, behind the scenes content, documentaries, and you get the ability to help vote on the albums we listen to here on the channel. Patreon is the best way to support this channel, and you can get access to the entire library, past, present, and future for just $5. Join the amazing community that we're building over there, and I try to make it worth your time and your money. All right, let's get back into it.
Presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
Roc-A-Fella,
I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for every presidents to represent me.
Who wanna bet us that we don't touch less?
Which obviously is all about money.
Live treacherous, all the etceteras. To the death of us, me and my confidants. We shine, you feel the ambiance. Y'all niggas just rhyme. By the ounce though accumulates like snow. We don't just shine, we illuminate the whole show. You feel me? Factions from the other side would love to kill me. Spill 3/4 of my blood into the street, let alone the heat. Fuck 'em, they hate a nigga loving his life.
Dude.
In all possible ways, know the feds is bugging my life. Hospital days, reflecting when my man laid up. On the uptown high block, he got his side sprayed up. I saw his life slipping. This is a minor setback, yo, still in all we living. Just dream about to get back. That made him smile, though his eyes said, pray for me. I do you one better and slay these niggas faithfully. Murder is a tough thing to digest. It's a slow process. And I ain't got nothing but time. I had near brushes, not to mention 3 shots, close range, never touch me. Divine intervention, can't stop by from drinking my ties with Tata down in Nevada. Ha ha, papa. Word life, I dabbled in crazy way. Without rap, I was crazy straight. Partner, I'm still spending money from 88.
My birth year.
I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for every presidents to represent
Know
me.
what? I make you and your whack mans fold like bad hands, roll like Monopoly. Advance, you copy me like white crystal. I gross the most at the end of the fiscal year than these niggas could wish to. The dead presidential candidate with the sprinkles in the presidential ice that'll offend you in due time when crime flees my mind. All sneak thieves and player haters can shine. But until then, I keep the trillion cut diamond shining brilliant. I tell you half the story, the rest you fill it in. Long as the villain win, I spend Japan yen to 10 major events. Catch me in the joints, convinced my iguanas is biting. J-A-Y hyphen, controlling, manipulating. I got a good life, man. Pounds and pence, enough dollars make sense. While you ride the bench, catch me swinging for the fence. Dead presidents, you know.
Every presidents to represent me. Every presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
There's like this slight distortion, you know?
So be it, the Soviet, the unified steady flow. You already know, you light, I'm heavy.
On that beat that just gives it such good texture.
Your paper falls slow like confetti. Mine's a steady grow, Betty go. Pray 5 in it for blow. Better believe I have 1160 to show. My dough flip like Taekwon. Jay-Z the icon. Baby, you like Dawn. Maybe this crystals will change your life on. Roll with the winners. Heavy spinners like hit records. Roc-A-Fella. Don't get it corrected. This shit is perfected from chicks. The chicks that stripping the Lexus. Naked without your gun. We taking everything you brung. We caking. Your niggas is faking. We getting it done. Crime family. Well connected. Jay-Z. And you fake thugs is unplugged like MTV. Y'all empty.
Shout out to MTV Unplugged concerts.
Dead President Jaz, politics is your job.
Dead old presidents to represent me. 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 I'm out for presidents to represent me. I'm out for presidents to represent me.
I love this beat.
I'm out for presidents to represent me. 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 I'm out for dead old presidents to represent me.
Now, Nasir Jones, is that Nas? Because I recognize that name, and I've probably made the connection before, but I can't fully remember. All right, let's clear that up first. Yeah, okay, Nasir Jones is Nas. Yeah, it's just such a good sound on that, man. Dead Presidents 2 is all about getting money that has drawings of dead presidents on it, and or Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, who were not ever president, but whatever. An interview with Complex, Ski Beats recalled putting this beat together. Nas Illmatic had just come out. We still have to get to that. I was just listening to The World Is Yours. I just fell in love with the pianos. Once I felt that vibe, I just went searching for anything with a piano that made me feel like that. As soon as I heard the piano, I was going to fall in love. I was just digging, and I found that Lonnie Liston Smith joint, A Garden of Peace, and I thought it was fresh. Then I just threw that Nas sample in there just to see if it would work because I liked Nas's voice. Gave it to Jay, and it fit right into the scheme of his album and what he was talking about. It's cool. So 2 separate versions. Dead President's single version. Producer Ski Beats explained why it wasn't on. The new verses on Dead Presidents 2 were to give people more of him. Back then, we didn't really do remixes, so for an MC to give you an extra verse was just a bonus for you. Was this the song that sparked the Jay-Z Nas beef? Some point to Nas's refusal to rap on the hook as a source of animosity between the two rappers. It's unclear just how much animosity existed because of this hook, but Jay certainly used it as fuel during their battle, referring to it on Takeover. You made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. Okay, I didn't know they had beef. Notice how he puts it, yo, still in all we live in, like in all. Genius when it comes to double entendre, sounds like you are still in all we are leaving, and you are still in all we are leaving. Yeah, really love the sound on that one. All right, let's get into track 5. Titled Feelin It, featuring Mecca.
Well, nah, 6 and forever.
Not familiar with Mecca.
Roc-A-Fella.
I'm feeling it. Feel the glass, you can tell the moon. Feeling it. Feel the legs pushing up on the
I'm
feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it,
I keep it realer than most, I know you're feeling it. Crystals are nice, I like the toes, I keep on spilling it. Bone crushers, I keep real close, I got the skill for this. On my back, the flyers closed, looking ill as shit. Transactions illegitimate, cause life is still a bitch. And then you die, but for now, life, close your eyes and feel his dick. Since diapers had nothing to live for like the Memphis, boy. Making sure every nigga stay rich within my cipher. We paid the price to circle of success, they turn my mic up. I'm about to hit these niggas with some shit that'll light your life up. If every nigga in your clique is rich, your clique is rugged. Nobody will fall cause everyone will be each other's crutches. I hope you fools choose to listen, I drop jewels, bust it. These are the rules I follow in my life, you gotta love it.
We're gonna have to revisit what he said there.
If y'all niggas ain't talking about large money, what's the point?
I'm feeling it, feel the bash at the top of my way. Feel the legs pushing up on the stage. I'm feeling it.
So is Mecca a female, like, singing group?
Even if it ain't sunny, hey, I ain't complaining. I'm in the rain doing the buck 40 hydroplaning. What shorty?
Where you disappear to sun?
Maintaining, putting myself in no position. Most of these rappers ain't in. I'm living the ill street blues, got your hunger painting. Nothing to gain and a whole lot to lose. You're still singing. Ooh, I'm thorough in every borough. My name be ringing, warming it up for the perfect time. Then hit your brain and you're feeling it. To all the girls, I bought a girl who took and sell my bricks. No doubt they can vouch, my life is real as shit. 95 South and Poppy on the hill and shit. And all the towns like Cambridge that I kill with shit. And all the thorough ass niggas that I hustle with. Throw your joints in the air one time and bust your shit. These fake rappers can't really know I'm loving it. You feeling it?
I'm feeling it, feel the bash at the top of my way. Feel the legs pushing up on the stage. I'm feeling it, feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky. I'm feeling it, feel the bash at the top of my way. Feel the legs pushing up on the stage. I'm feeling it, feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your
What, y'all
hell in the
ain't
sky.
heard that nigga J high. The crystals will keep me wet like Baywatch. I keep it tight for all the nights my mama prayed I stop. Said she had dreams a sniper hit me with a fatal shot. Those nightmares, man, them dreams that you say you got. Give me the chills, but these meals, well, they make me hot. Y'all don't feel me enough to stop the illin' ride. But at the same time, these dimes keep me feeling tight. I'm so confused. Okay, I'm getting weeded now. I know I contradicted myself. Look, I don't need that now. It just once in the blue when it's nothing to do.
It's a great choice to drop the beat out.
For my sober mind to cut through, I get the zone in. Me and the chick on the island and we're boning. I free
Or like the
my mind
background
to
stuff.
myself moaning. Take one more toke, then I leave that weed alone, man. It got me going. Shit.
Feeling it, feel the bash at the top of my way. Feel the legs pushing up on the stage. I'm feeling it, feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky. I'm feeling it, feel the bash at the top of my way. Feel the legs pushing up on the stage. I'm feeling it, feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel it, raise your hell in the sky. I'm feeling it, feel the bash at the top of my way.
All right, we're gonna have to get some clarity on that chorus, just because there is a mention of you got the Lex, which I'm assuming probably has to do with the like a Lexus, and then they talked about lie, L-Y-E, and then raise your L to the sky. Let's see, Mecca group. No, this isn't Mecca. Let's see. Mecca singer Jay-Z. Here we go. Gave me a whole bunch of different stuff. Vocalist, songwriter who sang the famous hook on Jay-Z's hit track Feelin It. She recorded the chorus when she was just 17 years old after producer Ski Beats brought her into a New York studio. The song, which features her distinct scat-like vocal Feelin It, one of the standout tracks on the album, making her one of the few non-MCs featured alongside Mary J. Blige on the project. Okay, so it was just her. It sounded like two different people. I don't know if that has to do with the sample, or maybe she just sang it like that. But yeah, it sounded like two people and kind of two somewhat distinct voices. Still in that lower register, but I thought it was two people. All right. Released April 15th, 97. Feelin It, fourth and final single. He produced Friend or Foe was the single's B-side. It peaked at number 79. Presenting an air of luxurious untouchability, Feelin It is a standout track on Jay's classic debut. It's the purest example of early era Jay, effortless wordplay and a flagrant superiority complex over an immaculate beat. Produced by Hove's close friend Ski Beats, Feelin It contains a sample of jazz pianist Ahmad Jamal's 1974 song Pastures. Ski revealed to Complex the song was originally for his own album and featured Geechee Suede from Camp Lo. Ski played it for Jay, and the following exchange took place. Jay was like, you got to give me that song, right? I was like, what do you mean? I just did this song. He's like, come on, B. I need that for my album. We're working on this album. Give me that beat. I want that hook too. He took the beat, the hook, and the flow too, which was cool. Wasn't like he didn't ask me for it. He didn't jack it. He told me he was going to do it. The song received a fitting video with Jay and his cohorts captured in Jamaica enjoying expensive goods, expensive alcohol. Music video was directed by blah, blah, blah. Oh, Alan Ferguson, who would later marry Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles. In an interview with Complex, Ski Beats explained the song was his. So this is just kind of expanding on what we already read. The thing with Mecca was she sung the hook. She got paid for singing, obviously, but I wrote the hook for the song. I guess the people that she was dealing with got her in her ear and made her think she wrote the song and that she deserved all the publishing, and that burned the bridge for what we was doing. Uh-oh. They definitely wanted to work with her, but it never got that far. Dang. Sounds like maybe she kind of self-destructed, or the people around her is probably the more likely scenario. Were greedy and ended up messing some stuff up. Angela Mecca Scott, that's where I should have just come, huh? Is an R&B singer from Virginia. Just weeks after they had met at the young age of 17, Mecca was asked by producer Ski Beats to travel from Virginia up to New York City to sing on the track. She detailed the experience in an interview with Village Voice in 2011. We first recorded in Ski's home studio, then for the second session at D&D Studios, Jay-Z was there. He's a perfectionist with his music, so absolutely he wanted to be there. We were side by side in the booth. It was a whole Jay-Z experience. He was demanding. Jay-Z was an amazing professional. He knows exactly what he wants to hear, but he's also a very calming spirit. He's a professional man, I tell you. It was a pleasure working with him. He's a combination of laid back and intense. Depends on where he is in his rhyme. The beginning of the verse, he's very calm, but as his bars climax, he gets very intense. He definitely uses the emotion in the music. I think that's why he's able to not use a pen and a pad and not write anything down. It's in his heart, in his soul, in his brain. He definitely displays that when he's in that booth. Jay goes in effortlessly and lays those vocals down. According to Mecca, people present at the studio recording session included the late Big, Jay's mentor Jaz O, and his close friend DJ Clark. Remember, I turned around after recording my vocals and seeing all these people behind me. Jay-Z, Big L, if you remember Big L, rest in peace. Jazz, just all these hip-hop legends were standing behind me. And they knew it was going to be a hit record. Just the energy and the vibe in that room, we all knew what we were part of was something special. When I first heard the playback, I knew that it would lead to something big. I was in D&D probably about 4 or 5 times because I was working with Ski, and I'd go and hang out, and there would be artists like Bahamadia, Premier, and Jay-Z there. He and I recorded another record there as well. Remember times when Bahamadia and myself and Ski and Jazz and Big L would all get in a cipher and really just praise God for our opportunities and where we were going to be. It's a great experience being there at the time. So it sounds like she still had some great opportunities. All right. I did want to see this line. Okay. We paid the price to circle us. Success, they turned my mic up. That's great. Like gave him more opportunity or gave him the voice that he knew he deserved. I'm about to hit these with some stuff that'll light your life up. If every person in your clique is rich, Your clique is rugged. Nobody will fall because everyone will be each other's crutches. So rugged in a good way? There's a theme in rap of successful artists coming back and putting their friends on. Eminem did it with D12, Nelly did it with Saint Lunatics, and Jay did it with Roc-A-Fella. This is another way of diversifying your income stream. Each member of an entourage has their own identity and their own way of making money. One of them falls, the other can pick them up. Yeah, I mean, I understand all of that. It's just the word rugged, I'm assuming, is meant positively here. I really wanted to listen because he was saying here, I hope you're listening, I dropped jewels. Okay, and then let's look at the chorus. So I'm feeling it. Fill the glass to the top of Moet, I'm assuming is a champagne. Moet and Chandon is one of the biggest producers of champagne worldwide, while Lex in the song is the luxury vehicle division of Toyota. Jay is mentioning her luxury brands to make the listener aware of his wealthy lifestyle. Okay, got all that. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the lie. Back in the day, Jay did occasionally indulge in marijuana. Although he basically swore it off in the years that ensued. In Decoded, Jay recalls a scene where he was with Notorious B.I.G, got completely smoked out. Weed plays a huge role in this track. Jay writing the feeling that the game has given him down whatever road it takes. In this instance, it takes him toward getting high and enjoying himself. An L is a blunt. Never heard of a blunt being called an L. Why would it be called an L? Feeling it. Feel that high you get from the lie. Feeling it. If you feel it, raise your L in the sky. Why is a blunt called an L? Blunt is called an L primarily as a reference to the popular cigar brand El Producto, often abbreviated as L, E-L, or L, which was frequently hollowed out and filled with cannabis. Well, I know it being called a J for a joint. Lye is a highly alkaline substance usually made from sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. Traditionally leached from wood ashes, primarily used in making soap, heavy-duty cleaning products, and food preparations. Highly corrosive, must be handled with care to avoid chemical burns. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the lie. The phrase high from lie does not refer to a recreational drug high because lie is a toxic high from a dangerous medical emergency caused by toxic exposure or accidental ingestion. In rare informal urban slang such as hip-hop culture in the early 2000s, lie is sometimes used as a street term for marijuana or a marijuana cigarette dipped in embalming fluid. In this context, smoking lie will induce a heavy, dissociative, or intoxicating high. Well, I'm going to assume this is the reference. Embalming fluid? What the heck? That's crazy, man. People be doing all kinds of crap. So, I'm assuming that's what we're talking about. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the lie. Feeling it. If you feel it, raise your L in the sky. Let me know if you have any other thoughts around that. All right. Let's go to track 6. The Evils is what it looks like. The Evils, which is obviously a play on devils. Kind of reminds me of Snoop, which makes me excited to eventually get to him.
This shit is wicked on these mean streets. None of my friends speak. We all trying to win. But then again, maybe it's for the best though. Cause when they seeing too much, you know they trying to get you touched. Whoever said illegal was the easy way out couldn't understand the mechanics and the workings of the underworld. Granted, 9 to 5 is how you survive. I ain't trying to survive, I'm trying to live it to the limit and love it alive.
Ah, that's great.
Ills, poison my body and used to say fuck Mike's skills. I never prayed to God, I prayed to God. That's right, it's wicked, that's life. I live it, ain't asking for forgiveness for my sins. Ends, I break bread with the lay heads, picking their brains for angles and all the evils that the game will do. It gets dangerous, money and power is changing us, and now we're lethal, infected with the evils.
Wow, that's cool. Dude, the scratching and the two different people.
Now we fight for blocks with builders that make it kill.
Wow.
The closest of friends when we first started, but grew apart as the money grew.
Oh, it's a great tie into building blocks like as kids and then growing up to, man, it's super good.
I'm kidnapping his baby's mother. My hand around the collar, feet in the cheese. She said the taste of dollars was shitty, so I fed her 50s. About his whereabouts, I wasn't convinced. I kept feeding her money till her shit started to make sense. Who could ever foresee? We used to stay up all night at slumber parties. Now I'm trying to rock his bitch to sleep. All the years we were real close. Now I see his fears through her tears. No, she wishing we were still close. Don't cry, it is the B. In time, I take away your miseries and make it mine. The evil. Still gone. I wonder, can you save me? Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Gone. I wonder, can you save me? Secret society, trying to keep me on me. Still gone. I wonder, can you save me? Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. Still gone. I wonder, can you save me? I can't die. I can't die. Yeah, my flesh, no nigga could test. My soul is possessed by the evils in the form of diamonds and Lexuses. The exorcist got me doing sticks like homie. You don't know me, but the whole world owe me. Strip was thought to be a pleasant guy all my fucking life. So now I'm down for whatever. Ain't nothing nice. Throughout my junior high years, it was all friendly. But now this higher learning got the Remy in me. Liquors invaded my kidneys. Got me ready to lick off, mama forgive me. I can't be held accountable, the evil's beating me down, boo. Got me running with guys, making G's, telling lies that sound true. Come test me, I never cower. For the love of money, son, I'm giving lead showers. Stop screaming, you know the demon said it's best to die. And even if Jehovah Witness bet, he'll never testify. The evil's still gone, I wonder can you save me? I can't die, I can't die, I can't die.
Yo, that one was a standout for me. I find it really interesting too, just the lyrical content, right? And getting to see it as it moves forward, because most of my exposure to rap at this point has been post 2000. Really, I think the College Dropout is probably the furthest back I've gone at this point, which was what, 2003, 4 maybe? And so I've listened to a lot more of like the conscious rap or conscientious rap. And so it's interesting here because so far, Jay really hasn't leaned into anything really vulgar. And if you've been around the channel for any length of time, you just know that that's not my favorite type of rap that's just super vulgar. Most of all of this is obviously focusing on success. It's focusing on the streets, on... which I can see that idea of kind of coming up to the College Dropout and people, other artists doing more conscientious rap and kind of exploring more of the internal of what you're feeling, that leading up to it, maybe there was just a big focus on either the street life, which artists still do that. I mean, Good Kid, Mad City is really a focus on that. And I think it's done though with this really inspiring message within it that Kendrick is hoping to rescue people from the streets. And give them a better way and set that example. You see that in Cole as well, really speaking to younger people that were in his shoes and trying to... I think Cole even puts education on the forefront because his mom worked really hard to send him to a nice school and move him to a nicer neighborhood, and yet he came from a place of understanding the trappings of the street and trying to help Like I don't feel like he ever, even though he might talk about like how he goofed off in school and things like that, I think he still puts forward that it's like going to college is not for the weak, you know, which you can have your own opinions on college. And I think there's plenty of corrupt junk in colleges these days, especially. But at least saying like getting an education doesn't mean you're a loser. And so anyways, with Jay-Z here, I can see it maybe leading up to some of that, with the focus primarily being on the money, the cars, the houses, the success. And then maybe as a result of that, because everybody chased that, and finding that ultimately, sure, those things can be fun, and having that financial security is, I think, what we all desire. But if you don't have the internal, the morals, the ethics, the character, and understanding what really matters in life, you can have all the money and the possessions, but if you don't have love, if you don't have anybody you can trust, then you're kind of living in your own self-made hell that you used to call success. But I do find it interesting, just the content in which he's speaking about in these songs so far. You know, I can really hear and understand and relate with. So I'm enjoying it. Okay, this a meditation about how the desire for money and power corrupts the ghetto and all of its inhabitants, leading to violence and betrayal. The song title means the evils, but it's spelled similar to devils, emphasizing the temptation of money is similar to the temptations of Satan. DJ Premier samples Go Back Home by Alan Toussaint, the beat, along with vocal samples from, oh, it is Snoop. Hey, I've heard him talk enough to be like, that kind of sounds like Snoop. And Prodigy of Mobb Deep. Jay says this is possibly his favorite song. Yeah, it's my favorite so far too. He likes how they sampled a gospel record on a song about devils and temptation, saying, I guess it's fitting, it's a gospel record because it's almost a religious experience. In an interview with Complex, Premier recalled how Jay picked the samples you hear on the hook. That's totally personal and dear to him. He called me and told me how important this record was. He told me all the scratches he wanted me to cut. I don't think he spins, but just the fact that he was able to come up with that hook. I guess Jay-Z has a little bit of DJ in him too. I loved that on the album, or on this track. I just had to convert it to the Premier style, he said. I want minor keys, almost sad. He just came here, laid it out, and never wrote it down. Roc-A-Fella artist Memphis Bleek talked about how The Evils impacted him. My favorite song on the album had to be The Evils, hands down. I stole a copy of the song. I liked it so much to where Jay and B.I.G came to my apartment like, yo, heard you giving out copies of the song. The word came back to you. They was ready to beat me up, drop me from even hanging with them because they like you a thief. But they didn't understand. I needed that record for my soul. I need it. You're talking to me. Jay-Z was the first, this is DJ Premier, Jay-Z was the first artist that I asked him to tighten up some lines on the record we did called The Evils. He was totally against it. Kind of had a little push and pull with each other over that because I felt that as a producer, you got to speak your mind to get the best possible take from an artist when you record them. Hard job of being a producer, right? Riding that fine line. It's almost like Michael Jordan. You know, if you ever watched the documentary on the Bulls, he had this like contentious relationship with the team because he was so driven, you know, and obviously the greatest basketball player to ever walk the face of the earth. And yet he had that like really would push on people, and maybe, you know, in reflection beyond what he would do, like looking back. But at that time he was trying to draw the best out of everybody. And that's kind of that hard place, you know, that maybe you do push a little too hard sometimes, but you also have to be that person as like a producer that you have to push back at times. And ultimately, I guess the artist gets the final word, but you have to have that relationship where you can kind of speak your mind and try to draw the best out of them. And sometimes, you know, that contentious relationship, if done in good faith and in trust, right? You both recognize the skill each other has. You can kind of push and pull at times, and sometimes you give and they give. And I think that's how any relationship works. Okay. I was curious about this. Gotti. I never prayed to God. I prayed to Gotti. He just idolized John Gotti, the infamous mafia kingpin, and valued hustling and drug dealing above all else. Lupe Fiasco discussed his upset over this line and the accompanying moral values on Hurt Me Soul, which we'll get to some Lupe Fiasco soon, don't worry. I think Food and Liquor is one you guys have been saying a whole lot. Jay-Z and Dakota explained the line saying, "This reflects the way I actually thought. I ignored my God-given ability, never believing someone from where I came from could make it out. The whole idea of the evils is that the narrator is no longer just expressing his ambition to live a full life. He's been poisoned somehow, possessed with a desire for money, alienated from all that's good, and focused on the underworld, here represented by mafia references." Man, that's deep. I was curious about the woman he was speaking about, I think in the third verse, and doing sticks. My flesh could test, my soul is possessed. The exorcist got me doing sticks like, homie, you don't know me, but the whole world we owe me, strip. Killing his childhood friend set a dangerous precedent for the narrator. Now that emotion doesn't factor into his decisions, he's willing to stick up to anyone, but there's still some residual guilt. Even though he acts like he isn't afraid to kill, I don't understand this. Is there something I missed in this track about killing your childhood friend? Okay, there's a lot of stuff here from his book, it sounds like. Okay, so here's where the song takes a sudden turn from a general analysis and reminiscence to a clear narrative. I tried to convey a lot of information in one line. We were friends, so close we learned basic sex ed at the same time. That he never learned, which sets him up as someone sloppier, less calculating and cunning than me. That he had a child as a result and a baby's mother, and that I kidnapped her, which shows how profoundly black-hearted I had become, violently exploiting any opening, even the innocent mother of his child. The line goes from the innocence of two dumb kids learning to use condoms together, bypasses any happiness or joy about the birth of a child, ends in a truly dark place. It's the poison of the evil sketched out in a few words. Okay, and then throughout my junior high years, it was all friendly, but now this higher learning got the Remy in me, a play on Remy Martin. Remy was also a character in the 95 movie Higher Learning. Okay, he starts off as a shy, lonely white guy who gets into a couple run-ins with black classmates. He turns to a white supremacist group to combat feeling powerless, eventually shooting up a multi-ethnic peace rally, then killing himself. Jeez, that sounds dark. American History X. Jay compares his decision to jump into the drug trade to Remy joining the group as they both end up corrupting. Also, Remy Martin is a brand of cognac. So Jay is also saying that all of his knowledge about the ugly world of drug dealers leads him to drinking to try and forget it. The liquor's invaded my kidneys. Got me ready to lick off. Does this mean to take his life? The liquor Hove has been drinking has clouded his judgment. Ready to bust a cap, lick off at anyone who opposes. Okay, Jay-Z is apologizing to his mom for what he's about to do. It's an example of how he disappoints his mom and gave her her fair share of pain. I feel like there's a narrative that I'm kind of missing within this track. Oh, wait. Well, this is interesting. At age 12, Jay-Z shot his older brother in the shoulder for stealing his jewelry. Brother survived, did not press charges. All right, let's look at this real quick. It's a chilling philosophical meditation on the corrupting nature of money power. Jay-Z wrestles with his own morality, the allure of material wealth. In verse 2, the narrative shifts to a dark cinematic tale of a crew falling apart. It recounts a story where he kidnaps an old friend's girlfriend, baby mother, to locate and eventually murder his former associate. The final verse explores the paranoia and inevitable downfall that accompany illicit success. The narrator recognizes he has become a casualty to the evils, concluding in a moral vacuum where both his inner demons and a distant God dominate his thoughts. Man, I totally didn't pick up on that. And that's sometimes hard for me to see, is like where they're weaving a narrative versus giving firsthand experience. So if you have any other insight, feel free to let me know. All right, let's move into track 7, 22 Twos.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Maria Davis, Mad Wednesdays. We here tonight to have a good time. Wait a minute. I see my man over there, Jay-Z. Jay-Z, Dame Dash, let me hear that little tape of yours. And it's fat. Why don't you come up here and kick a little freestyle? Put that champagne down. Kick a little freestyle for me tonight.
Yeah. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?
Is this where this comes from?
Yes, y'all motherfuckers must hear that Tribe Called Question. Let's do it again. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?
Or is this somebody else? Is it Tribe Called Quest that he's doing?
Check this out. Too much West Coast dick licking, and too many niggas on a mission, doing your best Jay-Z rendition. Too many rough motherfuckers, I got my suspicion that you're just fishing a pool of sharks, nigga. Listen, too many bitches wanna be ladies, so if you a hoe, I'ma call you a hoe. Too many bitches are shady, too many ladies give these niggas too many chances. Too many brothers wanna be lovers, don't know what romance is. Too many bitches stuck up from too many sexual advances. No question, Jay-Z got too many answers. I've been around this block too many times, rock too many rhymes, cop too many nines too. To all my brothers, it ain't too late to come together, cause too much black and too much love equal forever. I don't follow any guidelines, cause too many niggas rob mine, so I change styles every 2 rhymes. What the fuck? That's 22 tunes for y'all motherfuckers out there, you know what I mean? Shall I continue? Check it out, what? Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Can I kick it?
Okay, so are the twos, it's like a rhyme scheme?
Yo, got to reach my quota. Push rock, roll up, smooth like on ya. Whole groove like hold up, swole up. Too many faggot niggas clocking my spin and exercising yo. Gay like minds like Richard Simmons. If you could catch Jay right on a late night without the 8 right, maybe you could test my weight right. I dip spit quicker than you ever seen. Administer pain next to minister screaming your name at your wake as I peek in. Look in your casket, feeling sarcastic. Look at them, still sleeping. You're never ready, forever petty. Mine stay petty. Mine's thinking longevity till I'm 70. Living heavily, fuck, felony after felony. What, nigga, you broke? What the fuck you gonna tell me?
Jay-Z. Now you know.
So yeah, I think the twos is goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. He's doing those bars.
Definitely the bomb. But you know, I do want to say something to you. I know you've been having a lot of problems with the law, but I know you innocent, and I'm behind you 100%. Mad Wednesdays, Beauty King, DJ Ace, Dame Dash, Roc-A-Fella Records, we're all behind you. You can come back anytime. Wait a minute. Ace, turn that music down. I smell some reefer. Now you see, that's why our people don't have anything. Because we don't know how to go in places and act properly. Wait a minute. Who told me shut the F up? Who told me to shut the F up? Get him out of here. I'm not going to continue this show until you throw him out. Get him out right now. Then I'm going to continue my speech. Thank you. He's out of here now. Now, like I was saying, we got to build our own businesses. We got to get our own record companies going like Roc-A-Fella Records. We got to put money back into our own community.
That was a fun switch up, man. I'm loving the little thematical elements throughout the album. I'm assuming that's Tribe Called Quest. Can I kick it? Yes, you can. Okay. And then the twos having to do with the rhyme scheme. 22 twos, Jay's extended word game. Go ahead, count the two twos. In an interview with Spin Magazine, producer Ski Beats talked about it. It's like my nightmare song because I never liked that beat. People seemed to like it, so I said whatever. Jay used to spit that verse a cappella every time we did a performance. He used to always have the crowd going crazy, so he said, I'm going to just make a song out of it. I played that beat, and he's like, I'm going to use that one. And I'm like, that one? That one? There's so many better ones. There's a skit with Maria Davis's Mad Wednesdays showcases. The lady talking at the beginning, that's where that verse became very popular. He used to spit that verse at her event. That's why she got on the song and did the whole thing like we was up in Mad Wednesdays. That's how she usually brought it to the stage. It's Mad Wednesdays. Is that like a club? A fine establishment? New York City longest running live music and artist showcase. Located in Harlem, founded in '94 by music industry veteran Maria Davis. The event has helped launch the careers of legendary acts like Jay-Z and Lil' Kim. That's cool. While many acclaimed they were present at a Mad Wednesday party where the track was recorded live, it's not true. It was recorded at D&D Studios with the rest of the album. In a 2015 interview with Vibe magazine, the legendary Maria Davis spoke on the track's recording session. They took me in the studio, but everyone thinks it was done at the club, and people be like, I was there, but they was not there. Yeah, I mean, the recording's a little too clean, especially for that time. I mean, it sounds like it's done in a studio. We did it, D&D Studios. They asked me to come in. I did the whole skit. And at that time, Jay was having problems with the law, so I threw that up in there. Jay-Z, I heard you've been having problems with the law, but I know you're innocent. I was just ad-libbing because that's what was happening at the time. I'm like, put that champagne down and kick a little freestyle. Who knew that would be so big? 22 Twos was a freestyle Jay performed at a club party once, and when it was so well received, they decided to lay it down in the studio. That's he spit that verse at a Maria Davis event, and the whole city was like, yo, did you hear that rhyme Jay did at Maria Davis's? The buzz was crazy. I just had this random beat laying around, what Ski Beats says, and Jay was like, I want to rap that beat. It definitely displayed some ill lyrical stuff on his behalf. I wish I had did another track other than that because the beat was just another beat I had laying around and he just wanted to rap to it. That was one of those situations where we really had to get the album done, so we just used that. That wasn't my favorite thing that I did for him, but it worked out. It was something that was totally different from how the rest of the album was flowing. Okay, Jay interpolates the call and response chorus from a Tribe Called Quest 1990 single, Can I Kick It? Since Jay-Z would become the leading light of the late 1990s mafioso pop rap, hearing him talk about ATCQ as respected contemporaries is a reminder hip-hop was much less fragmented in the early and middle part of the decade. Very cool, man. Some great information on that one. All right, let's move to track 8. This is titled, Can I Live?
Yeah. Yeah. Roc-A-Fella. We invite you to something epic, you know? where we hustle out of a
Love that. The horns.
sort of a desperation.
And that like almost water splash. Womp womp.
Become addicted, sort of like the fiends we accustomed to serving. Where we feel we have nothing to lose. So we offer you, well, we offer our lives. What do you bring to the table? While I'm watching every nigga watching me closely. My shit is butter for the bread, they wanna toast me. I keep my head, both of them where they supposed to be. Hoes will get you sidetracked and clap from close feet. I don't sleep, I'm tired, I feel wired like codeine. These days a brother gotta admire me from 4 fiends away. My pain, which shit was quick to see. From selling cane to brains was fried to a fricassee. Can't lie, at the time it never bothered me. At the bar, getting my dog on properly. My squad and me lack of respect for authority. Laughing hard, happy to be escaping poverty. However brief, I know this game got valleys and peaks. Expectation for dips, for precipitation, we stack chips hardly. The youth I used to be, soon to see a million, no more. Big Willie, my game is grown, prefer you call me William. Illin' for revenues.
Love that line.
Like Channel 7 News, round 7 Jews, head dead in the mic. Forgetting all I ever knew, convenient amnesia. I suggest you call my lawyer, I know the procedure. Block my body, can't trap my mind easily. Explain why we adapt to crime. I'd rather die enormous than live dormant, that's how we on it. Live at the main event, I better trip them out, we on it. Presidential suites, my residential for the weekend. Confidentially speaking in code since I sent you peeking.
Oh, it's great how he bent those lines.
We both out of town, dawg. What you trying to get into? Viva, Las Vegas, see ya later at the crab tables. Meet me by the one that starts a G up. This way no fraud willies present, gambling they re-up. And we can have a pleasant time sipping margaritas, G-G-G. Can I live? Can I live? My mind is infested with sick thoughts that circle like a Lexus. If driven wrong, it's sure to hurt you. Dual level like duplexes. And unity, my crew and me commit atrocities like we got immunity. You guessed it, manifested intangible goods. Platinum Rolex it. We don't lease, we buy the whole car, as you should. My confederation, detonation, explode on detonation. Overload the mind of the said patient. When it boils the steam, it comes to it. We all fiends gotta do it. Even righteous minds go through this. True this, the street schoolers to spend our money foolish. Bomb with jewelers and watch for intruders. I stepped it up another level, meditated like a Buddhist. Recruited lieutenants with ludicrous dreams of getting cream. Let's do this. It gets TDS, so I keep one eye open like CBS. You see me?
Oh, how he did TDS, CBS.
Can I live? Can I live? Can I live?
Roc-A-Fella, y'all.
I don't know if we'll get it on this album, but I would like to hear him do something a little bit faster. I mean, I know he's got it, so it'd be fun to hear. All right, continuing with the luxurious feel of this album. Irv Gotti samples The Look of Love by Isaac Hayes as Jay asks a simple yet resonant question. The sequel was created with a feature from Memphis Bleek and was added as a bonus track to reissued versions of Reasonable Doubt. Producer Sean C., who has previously worked with Jay-Z, gave his assessment. It just speaks to striving and working. He was flossing on the record, but he was dropping a lot of jewels in the record as well. I know it's like a drug dealer's song, but it's really about work ethic more than anything in life. Oh, because CBS logo is the one eye? Yeah, okay. So yeah, let's do this. It gets TDS, so I keep one eye open like CBS. Dude, that might seem simple. I don't know. That's really smart to me. Somebody's saying, additionally, he may have used it as a homophone as a way to say CBS. Ties into Lex 9 where he says, you see me stressed, right? So I keep one eye open like CBS. You see me stressed, right? Very cool. All right. Let's mosey on over to track 9. This is titled Ain't No Word I Can't Say, featuring Foxy Brown. All right, let's get a little funky.
Keep it fresher than the next bitch. No need for you to ever sweat the next bitch. With speed, I make the best bitch see the exit. Indeed, you gotta know you're thoroughly respected.
It's a little faster.
Keys to the Lexus, but no driving. Got your own 96 something. The ride and keep your ass tight up in Versace. That's why you gotta watch your friends. You got to watch me. They connive and shit. The first chance to crack for bank. They'll try me. All they get is 50-cent francs and papayas from the village to the telly. Time to kill it on your belly. No question. Have more black chicks between my sheets than essence. They say sex is a weapon, so when I shoot, meet your death in less than 8 seconds. Still pounding in my afterlife, laughing, my shit is tight. Who you asking, right?
Ain't no nigga like the one I got.
No one can fuck you better.
Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot.
Keeps you in diamonds and leather.
Friends that tell me I should leave you alone.
Man, those little laughs too make me think of Kanye.
Yeah, fresh to death in Moschino. Coach bag looking half black and Filipino. Faking no jazz, got you a beat but a feeling important. Surrounded your feet and Jonah Davis and Charles Jordan. I keep you dug with love, you know these hoes.
Shout out to the beeper.
Y'all know how it goes, B. And so I creep. I've been sinning since you've been playing with Barbie and Kenny. You can't change a player's game in the 9th inning. The chrome rim spinning keeps them grinning. So I run, way the fuck up in them and wrinkle their face like linen. I play hard until they say God, he's keeping it real. Jigga stay hard, Lord, don't even trip. Shit, I never slip, nigga, get a grip. What you don't see is what you get. Weapons concealed, what the fuck y'all feel? When your niggas play sick, we can all get it.
What the deal? Ain't no nigga like the one I got.
No one can fuck you better.
Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot.
Keeps you in diamonds and leather.
Friends that tell me
Man, this sounds so stripped back. Like even the vocals, there's not really a lot of reverb. And then it does this big reverb.
No lie, promise to stay monogamous. I try, but love, you know these hoes be making me weak. Y'all know how it goes, B, so I stay deep.
What up, boo? Just keep me laced in the illest snakes. Bank rolls and shit. Back rubs in the French tub. Macking this bitch, wifey nigga. So when you flip that coat, remember the days you was dead broke. But now you styling, I raised you. Basically made you into a dawn flipping weight, heroin and shit. You know the pussy is all that. That's why I get baguettes 5 carats.
This Foxy Brown?
From dough, shake up on her, the H. Bendel. I'm ringing bells. So who the player? I still keep you in the illest game.
Yo, she's tough.
So we can lay up in the shade, reminiscing on how I fuck the best of shit. Especially when I'm sipping Baileys. Don't give a fuck on how you move with them other mommies. I push the Z, eating shrimp scampi with rocks larger than life. Fuck them Reebok broads, you made it known who your wife was. I got you frontin' in Armani sweaters before this rap shit when you was in levers and bullshit Berettas and E-classes with Mo in the glasses shows in Cali with all the flavor sway valleys. Now all your mentors up in your Benzes, hot posts. I swear you be killing me playing inside my pubic hairs. I never worry about them other chicks, cause you proved who was your whiz when you was spinning that bitch. I tripped a little when you was up north, your commissary stayed pallid. How you living large on the island, all them collects had me vexed. But when you come home, knew I was coming off with half of them checks. Now we on the rise, your diamond mommy with the slanted eyes, holding this brick, cock the English gear and shit. Fuck no, I see half of that dough, made you into a star, push $100,000 cars.
Ain't no nigga like the one I got.
No one can fuck you better.
Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot.
Keeps you in diamonds and leather.
Friends that tell me I should leave you alone.
Tell the freaks to find a man that they own. Man that they own.
Ain't no nigga like the one I got.
No one can fuck you better.
Sleeps around, but he gives me a lot.
Keeps you in diamonds and leather.
Friends that tell me I should leave you alone.
such a different song on this album. Obviously, the song centers around the idea of basically having a girl that you provide for, and she's like your girl, but not caring if you run around on her a little bit because you're going to come back to her and you've succeeded and provided a lot. Not the most sound relationship advice, so I wouldn't run with that one. But man, such a different sound on this one. So Jay-Z puts his own twist on the Four Tops Ain't No Woman Like the One I've Got to create the second single off Reasonable Doubt. The clean version is Ain't No Playa. This song got Jay-Z his earliest taste of national recognition when Irv Gotti and Leor Cohen got the song used in The Nutty Professor. It's also a song that caught Def Jam's attention and led them to invest in Roc-A-Fella. I don't remember this from The Nutty Professor. However, I have not seen The Nutty Professor in, I don't know, 25, 30 years. The music video features a genuinely stoned Jay-Z who's really not much of a pot smoker, a cameo from the Notorious B.I.G, and an opening scene based on a scene from Scarface. The song is the first episode in the progression of Jay's portrayal of women in his raps, as he told NPR. I mean, a song on my first album was Ain't No. It was like this careless relationship. And then that went to Big Pimpin' in 99. And on that same album was a song called... same album was a song called Song Cry. And then Song Cry became Bonnie and Clyde on 2004, which became Venus versus Mars on my last album. So there's a steady growth in the conversations that's being had as it pertains to women, as I grew. DJ Premier provided some background information to Spin Magazine regarding a claim Jaz O made regarding the song's production. I've heard Jaz O say that there were a couple of producers that were there that couldn't loop up the 7 minutes of funk sample fast enough. That's not true. I got the call to come there and cook that song up, and I couldn't make it down there that day. I just didn't get there in the time frame that they wanted to, so I just didn't like the fact that he kept saying in interviews that some other producers who are really famous for what they do couldn't do it. And that's BS. I told him, stop lying, man, and he was still doing the same thing in interviews. I'm over it now. Too grown to be upset with people over that, but I just want to be clear that is an outright lie. Can I say my stuff? But that's one of the most amazing records Jay's ever done, and to this very day, the crowd goes crazy. And Foxy killed it. She made her debut, and from there, next thing you know, she got a big record deal. That's awesome. One night I took a break from D&D, that's what Jay-Z said, to go to the Palladium. What is this? I'm assuming it's a club. Let's do this. Legendary Palladium venues. Let's see, let's do all right, here we go. Okay, what's a venue? And when Ain't No came on, it seemed like every single person on every level of the club went to the dance floor. Okay, so the venue was being used as a club as well. Never seen anything like the response to the record. They played it 7 times in a row and the audience went wild every time. That's crazy. Foxy claimed the record made Jay. Jay knows that that's the record that made him. Seriously, we all know that. That's a huge and iconic record for him, but he kept it going. Kept busting his guns. So much the people don't even know. It's like having a husband and a side jump off and they both know it about each other. Just have to finagle the whole situation. This Essence line, I'm assuming he's talking about maybe models, had more between my sheets than Essence. Okay, Essence magazines released monthly. Oh, okay, like sheets of the magazine. and targeted African American women. That's a great line. I did want to look up Foxy Brown real quick. So is she still doing anything? Professionally as Foxy Brown, a stage name for Inga Marchand, a Trinidadian American rapper, fashion icon who helped redefine hip-hop for women in the 90s. All right. Let's move to track 10. This is Friend or Foe.
Yo, I just came from outside. It's crazy money out here. We ain't got to break these shits down. We can sell weight. But this Jay-Z nigga, he got this shit locked down.
Oh, Jay-Z who, the rapper?
Yeah.
The In My Lifetime nigga? The fuck out. That's skinny
like
nigga on the
10
boat.
bricks a week.
Get
Yes.
the fuck out. Ain't no rapper telling me I can't get no money, man. Come on.
Come on, let's do what
Fuck, I'm doing what I got to do. Get the fuck out.
Yo, get this shit, man.
Check one, check two. Shit, you know what to do. Primo, cold crush when I give it to you. Friend or foe, yo, state your biz. You tend to know? There it is. Me, I run the show. Oh, and these kids don't like nobody coming around here fucking with they dope for shit. You enterprising though, and I like it. But fuck with the big dog, Joe. I gotta bite you. Look, it's out of my hands. And you getting money round here, it's not in the plans. Don't hop your ass out of that van, head back to Kansas. I'm sending niggas back up in campuses. Chances slimmer than that chicken Calvin Klein pants. Let me guess. They said it was money round here, and the rest is me stopping you from getting it, correct? Sorry to hear that. My guess is you got work at the hotel. I take care of that. You'll soon see. Now please, give me the room key. You twitch it. Don't do that. You're making me nervous. My crew, well, they do pack. Them dudes is murderers. So please, would you put your hand back in sight? They don't like to see me nervous. You can understand that, right? You draw, better be Picasso. You know the best. Cause if this is not so, God bless. You leave me no choice. I leave you no voice. Believe you me, son. I hate to do it just as bad as you hate to see it done. Now calm your boys. Cause I'm finding it a little hard to concentrate with all the noise. Get the point? I'll let you go before you leave. I guess I ought to let you know I need those keys, and I promise you never, no matter the weather, ever come around here no more.
Dude, I love that. It's almost like this mini story. I want to hear more of that from people. I mean, just under 2 minutes long, obviously a little skit at the beginning, and conveying a very clear point, and he's really playful on it, which I haven't heard him do much of so far. That was fun, man. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Yeah, it does make me think. I don't want to over dramatize, but like coming from the drug life, you know, which can be dangerous itself, and then making the moves that he made and starting the record, and in a sense, you know, and what's even conveyed in this album is a type of mafia, and being in a place like New York and all of that, and obviously we've seen artists unfortunately lose their lives to violence. You do just wonder, man, if it was kind of dangerous, and the security you need to have around you. But I'd hate to live that way, you know, just with this thought of like there may be people out there that want revenge. Or I love the line too when he was basically talking about there's money out there and I'm kind of in the way, which is not a good way to think about things like that. And we can take that into all kinds of arenas of our own lives. That maybe if you work with somebody and you think there's an opportunity, but yet there's this person that's kind of in your way. And I don't want to necessarily say that's not the case, but I think we all have to be careful of never blaming our inability to achieve a goal upon another person. And I do know there are very real situations where people try to shut you out from things. I even read a book a few years ago about the gentlemen who were trying to break the 5-minute mile before that ever happened. And I can't remember their names exactly, but there was one guy who was a very talented runner, but because of some decisions that he made and kind of his inability to play with the system, there were forces that kind of ran, like organization that ran a lot of the things in the track world, and they effectively shut him out and didn't even give him the chance to really prosper as an athlete. So I know those situations exist 100%, but I think it's just like, okay, maybe you can't do that thing because this person is shutting you out. So find a way around, or you may have to take a different pursuit, but you never want to be that person that's looking back and it's like, oh, I could have done this or I could have done that if it just weren't for this person. Especially if you live in any kind of modern place on the earth where opportunity is abundant. You know, one of obviously the beautiful things about America is that, and I know many other nations are the same way, is like, if I want to go start something, I can. There's nobody telling me I can't. And even if you want to start a certain company and you're in a community or like whatever, and somebody tries to shut you out, you know, really, if you want it, you can move somewhere else and do it somewhere else. So anyways, I think that that's a good thing to think about. In the short track from his first album, Jay-Z plays drug kingpin and condescendingly dismisses an outsider Jay believes is planning to take over his market. The verse is structured as a one-sided conversation with said outsider. According to this blog, Jay's foe was played by Hov's barber. Check out what happens next in Friend or Foe 98. Is that... Okay, that's not in this album. Producer DJ Premier talked about the track. That one I was just thumbing around for a beat. They paid me for other tracks, and I just started looking for sounds that just sounded funky and original. I'm always known for having the obscure samples, so that's still my trademark. And if it's one that's familiar, I still play it in a fashion where it's like, wow, he put the end at the front, he put the front at the end. I'm known for twisting things a whole different direction than how everybody else does. That's what made me get a name. Excuse me. Besides my scratching style. So that too is how I got Friend or Foe. And I remember Jay heard those horns and he was like, lay that down. This was before Pro Tools where we could just dump music in 5 seconds. This was straight to 2-inch tape. Yeah, that's what I was even talking about really early on. The process to do some of these things was much more complicated at the time. I love that. You draw, better be Picasso, you know, the best, because if this not so, God bless. Yeah, it was a great line. Meet the Parents is arguably his greatest story song after Friend or Foe, that song alone. Well, good. I'm glad to hear other people enjoy that as much as I do. All right, let's go to track 11. This is Coming of Age featuring Memphis Bleek.
Yeah, come experience life as we know it, as some of you should know it. Yeah. Place.
Okay, let's go, dude.
Brooklyn. Actions. Well, y'all know the actions. I got the shorty on my block, always clocking my rocks. He likes the style of profile.
Yeah, coming hard on this one.
He likes the way I walk. He see my money talking. Now honey's talking. I'm the hottest nigga in New York. And I see his hunger pains. I know his blood boils. He wanna run with me. I know this kid'll be loyal. I watched him make a few wins. The cop his little sneakers and gear. Then it's just enough for re-up again. I see myself in his eyes. I moved from Levi's, the guest of Versace. Now it's diamonds like Liberace. That's just a natural cycle. Nobody wanna be like Michael where I'm from. Just them niggas who bounce from a gun. We out here trying to make hard white in the cold. dream. I could help Shorty blow out like Afro Sheen. Plus I could relive my days of youth, which is gone. That little nigga's peeps, it's time to put them on.
Time to come on. And hold my own weight up in my crown.
Got to lock it down and when they rush,
Steer my
it's
ground.
time to come on.
Stick up my chest and make some loot.
It's one of my favorite beats so far.
I'm out here slinging, bringing the drama, trying to come up in the game and add a couple of dollar signs to my name. I'm out here serving, disturbing the peace. Life could be better like my man reclined in plush leather seats and selling weight. I'm selling 8, bull 16, trying to graduate to push a quarters, y'all. I ain't gon' sweat him, I'ma let him come to me. If he give me the nod, then these niggas gon' see. I'm tired of being out here round the clock and breaking day and chasing crackheads up the block for my pay. I'm staying fresh, so chickens check. I'm trying to step up to the next level, pushing vets through the jets. Diamonds reflect from the sun directly in your equilibrium. It's stunned, I'm waiting for my day to come. I got the urge.
Memphis throwing down, dude.
Time sentence, just give me the word.
It's time to come on.
And hold my own weight up in my crown.
Got to lock it down and when they rush,
Steer my
it's
ground.
time to come on.
And stick up my chest and make some loot.
Got to lock it down and when they rush,
Stand on my own too.
hey fella, I've been watching you
Who
clocking.
me holding down this block? It ain't nothing. You the man, nigga. Now stop fronting.
I like your style.
Nah, I like your style.
Let's drive around a while.
Cool, nigga.
Here's a thou.
G, I ride with you for free. I want the long-term riches and bitches.
Listen to me. You let them other niggas get the name, skip the fame. 10th hour, 100 G, keep your shit the same.
On the low.
Yeah, the only way to
I love this conversation.
bubble quietly.
And then you blow.
Hey, keep it cool. The only way to people cool is let them show us.
It's like, come here, let me tell you something.
Do deal and I understand.
Don't blow your dough on hotties.
The only thing I got in this world is my word and my nuts, and won't break them for no one.
Gosh.
I like your resume. Pick a day, you can start.
From now until death do us part,
It's time to
nigga.
come on.
And hold my own weight up in my crown.
Got to lock it down and when they rush,
Steer my ground.
This is one of my favorite songs, period, with a feature.
to lock it down and when they rush, it's time to come on.
And hold my own weight up in my crown.
Just that constant back and forth conversation was so cool.
Stick up my
And it sounds like a big brother talking to a little brother,
stand on my own too.
or like an uncle. Take us back in. Dude, we are getting some bangers here in the middle section of this album, or this like 2/3 of the way through. No lull in the middle. Crushing, dude. Memphis Bleek. Malik Deshaun Cox, known by his stage name Memphis Bleek, is an American rapper best known for his work with fellow New York City-based rapper Jay-Z, with Cox often described as his hype man or protege. Very good, man. Yeah, at first I wasn't sure, and then I was very sure. All right, coming of age sees big homie Jay-Z giving game to his little homie Memphis Bleek from the Marcy Projects over a DJ Clark Kent track that samples Eddie Henderson's Inside You. Jay said the following about the song. That theme became to be us. It became to be our personified our personality and our relationship through the years. One of those things that blurred the line between art and life, like, you know, whether it's art imitating life or life imitating art. Yeah, and that really comes through in the track. Clark Kent talked about the track in an interview. Jay had this song already, and now he's looking for the rhymer to go on it. It was going to be Little Shaheem. That's who he was going to get. Then someone told B.I.G and Jay, this little dude, Malik, the name Bleek came from Malik, was spitting. He was little, but we wanted to hear him because we wanted someone to be on this song. So me and B.I.G sat with him in the projects and made him rhyme all day, like keep going, keep going, keep going, say another one, say another one. We wanted to believe it was actually an MC before we were like, here's the song, get on it. Jay had the whole song laid out already of how he wanted it to be, told him what he was supposed to do. Jay referenced the verse already, so he just had to do it. It's just that he did it so perfectly. You get one moment. Mom Spaghetti said that he and Jay-Z made Memphis Bleek rhyme to them for 4 hours straight before they let him appear on Coming of Age. What Bleek said on ESPN's Highly Questionable, I've known him my whole life, so it was just an opportunity in the summertime. He was coming through with DJ Clark, saw him and telling him, yo, Jay, I'm a rapper and I want to be down with the crew. He was like, you rhyme? He gave me a sheet of paper and he was like, as quick as you remember this, is this as quick as you be on? So within the next hour, I went back to his apartment and was like, hey, I remember the rhyme already. That night, we was in Clark Kent house and we did the song Coming of Age. That's awesome. Jay's description is slightly different. During Decoded, he claimed to have scoped Bleek out for the role and had this to say. I collared him and said, look, I'm making an album, you can be on it, but you have to learn this song in 24 hours. You don't learn it, then you're not on it. He took the paper I handed him and looked it over. I'd written the verse down for him in some chicken scratch. Came to my apartment the next day and spit the whole thing like he'd been doing it his whole life. You get the opportunity, man. You better go for it. One of the most creative tracks I listened to. Yeah, I agree. All right. I'm assuming this next track is all about the luxury. It is track 12, titled Cashmere Thoughts.
If I had your hand, I'd turn mine in.
As far as I'm concerned, if I had your hand, I'd cut mine off.
Man, you know, man, I'm just dealing in whole money. You know, whole money, slow money, but it's show money, man.
Check this out, nigga. You run up on your bitches, what's what you tell them? Stick their hands in their panties, grab that knot, stick their arm in their car window, drop it like it's hot.
I talk jewels and spit diamonds, all cherry like a hymen. When I'm rhyming with remarkable timing, caviar and silk dreams. My voice is linen, spitting venom up in the minds of young women. Mean thoughts to think thoughts type similar. Might you remember, my shit is cold like December.
Oh, I love that, dude. Gold.
Cashmere chromosomes make the nigga jigger. Jay-Z lead through drugs. 18 karat gold pen. When it hits the sheets, words worth a million like I'm rapping them through platinum teeth.
And the breathing throughout.
Been warned, cause all beef returned, well done, fillet me on the dawn, smell the dawn on my breath as I yawn. When your hoes try to corner bro, as if you didn't know, Jay's about getting dough, spitting flow like fine wine down your earlobe. I'm smooth but deadly like a per-handle pistol, honey's humming melody when I rub it like crystal. The proper etiquette when I drop the subject verb, then the predicate with this rich nigga rhetoric. I'm solid gold, I rap
little English lesson.
I stick pearl tongues, your world will never know. From New York to Paris, the vocal style vary. From nice to deadly, like a bad bag of D. Now, notice, the child swift like a lotus. Focus on the loc, I be the greatest nigga that wrote it. Return of the Jedi, from Rio de Janeiro on the red eye.
Little Star Wars shout out.
Need to be fly. I dip die when I'm rapping and slide like satin. You know the black eye, white china in the brain cabinet. I never cry, if I did, I'd cry ice. From my nigga Sauce, I hit you with this advice. Life's short, so play hard and stick hard. And the only time you love them is when you dick hard. Dick hard.
That's Cashmere, baby.
Oh, man, you know, just lay back, man. That's all you try to get.
Oh, the humming with the guitar.
J to the A to the Y to the Z. My motherfucking pimp, that's what he be.
I love when voice and guitar accent one another and hit the same notes. Gives such a beautiful sound.
Arrow Flynn, hot like heroin. Young pimps is sterile when I pimp through your barrel in. I gotta keep your tricks intact, cause I walk like a pimp, talk like a mag, man. The star player, the golden ball layer, the sweet Miss Fontaine player. Show you right.
Player.
So why should it change the night? Go tell your peeps, dog, I'm lethal till it ain't right. I pimp hard on the trick. Look, fuck if your leg broke, bitch. Hop up on your good foot. Good foot. Good foot.
Yo, this whole album is so much fun. Like I said, I love when people get kind of playful with tracks, and so even that cold part, and when, you know, I guess sometimes I call it being kind of goofy, and I think it is just the willingness to be playful. I think comes across so well, and he does it so effortless as well. Cashmere Thoughts finds Jay dropping pimp lines over a Clark Kent track. The sample Saved Their Souls by Hamilton Bohannon. Clark talked about the track in an interview with Complex. Cashmere Thoughts was almost like a joke. You hear the way we're talking back and forth on that record? That's me and him talking pimp stuff because we did that all the time. Cashmere Thoughts is from the name Cashmere Jones, which was Jay's pimp name and alias. So Jay was a pimp. We were just bugging. It was just one verse, so when he comes back in and goes, the ghetto's Errol Flynn, it's because I was like, yo, give me some more. Let's make this a whole song. He was like, for what? I said, because it's crazy. That's why. It screams that you have to do the next verse. The Source magazine featured Jay's opening verse in their hip-hop quotables section. DJ Clark revealed in Kareem Biggs' Burke's RD20 documentary that Cashmere Thoughts was supposed to be the first track from a collaboration album between Hove, Sauce Money, and Jaz-O. The theme of the track was simply meant to be three pimps talking pimp talk. Cashmere's double entendre, it was Jay's pimp name and alias. It's also an expensive type of wool used in the manufacture of luxury clothing. Jay's Cashmere Thoughts are then thoughts about opulence and luxury. And Clark said Cashmere Thoughts was almost like a joke. You hear the way we're talking. Okay, we heard that. You know the black eye, white china in the brain cabinet. I dip dye when I'm rapping, then slide like satin. You know the black got white china in the brain cabinet. Black, not sure if Jay did this to be overly intricate and confusing or just plain slick. Black eye kind of reminds you of the red eye reference he made prior. They're both references to espresso. Not sure if Jay knows that, but you learned something for what it's worth. The lyric reads as originally transcribed black eye. Pretty sure now that he is saying black eye. Jay speaking of himself, first person reference, white china as opposed to more common China white, street name for heroin. Expensive dishes and plate, white china, heroin in your brain. And then, let's see. I talk jewels, I spit diamonds, all cherry like a hymen. The hymen, which is a membrane that surrounds or partially covers a woman's opening, is usually referenced to as, okay. DJ Ken explained the line saying there's two meanings. Double entendre king. The cherry always goes on top, so he's saying I'm on top while I'm rhyming with remarkable timing, but the cherry is, it's never been touched. That means it's, you know, what that means, you can't mess with me. They got me doing gymnastics over here. Errol Lynn. Or Errol Flynn. The Hood version of the original Robin Hood played by Errol Flynn. Take from the rich, give to the poor. Wow. Jay apparently liked this relatively obscure allusion so much he did not mind that Flynn was rumored to have a Brokeback Mountain lifestyle. Check it out, check it out. Ghetto's Errol Flynn. Okay, I guess in the sense that like people might start saying maybe he's got a deeper meaning with it and they start questioning his sexuality. Man, never would have known that. I don't know that actor's name. This is why I love rappers, man. Okay. Track 13. This is Bring It On featuring Big Jaz and Sauce Money.
Hey, Purse, rack him up, man.
What you betting, Big?
Bet same thing.
Hey, yo, I had
Yo, you got the money, man. You ass bet.
That's playing pool.
We park right behind each other, nigga. I'm gonna get the shit before that stand.
Everything. What's up with J Case, man?
Oh man, ain't nothing. He all right.
Hey, yo,
You know,
6 ball on the side.
Ain't nobody snitching, man. You know our team is tight. Still sitting on about 7 digits, unlike you broke ass nigga.
Oh, fuck out. This cat right here, this broke ass betting ass nigga.
Fuck out of here.
Betting 5,000, ain't got no money.
Chili
Fuck out of
cheese
here.
face ass nigga.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here, nigga.
Santa cake face.
Everybody was laughing a little too hard.
Hey, word up. These motherfuckers fucking talking that comeback shit like they cooking crack. Shit, I ain't frontin'. All I want my pockets green like Slim Change, you know what I'm saying? Front the road, we roll back like rubbers, motherfucker. For real, with no trace of age, we keep our pockets fully blown. Roc-A-Fella click, nigga. Hey yo, we patting down pussy from Sugar Hill to the Shark Bar. Fuck a bitch, D in the Mark car. We got the bad bitches gasping for air and Aspen. Searching for aspirin when I ass in. We swing, you cling, we do our thing and bring sling and ding-a-ling from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn to Beijing. East Coast host is hostile, colossal money flaring like nostrils for drug dealing apostles. Al Pacino down to Nino Brown. Me, Jay, and Primo got it sold across the board like Pacino. Teflon, make sure your jammy is full. Cause I heard Sammy the Bull, lamps in Miami will pull. Tropical leads where I got a few keys. With momentum, stock a few G's. Now it's unstoppable cheese. Said we was garbage, so fuck college. Street knowledge amazes the scholars when we coin phrases for dollars. Star-studded bitches with crystals. Get fucked with pistols just to see my shit discharge pus. I dropped the Stella, even Roc-A-Fella. I got to tell all about Roc-A-Fella.
Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang. And if not, then let me do my thing.
Mannerisms of a young Bobby De Niro. Spent Spanish wisdoms in a whip with De Niro. Crime organized like the Pharaoh. I cream, I diamond gleam, high post like Hakeem. Got a lot of things to drop, Brooklyn to Queens. I gotta keep my steam, niggas wanna try to hem my long jeans. Uptown fiend for Jay-Z to appear in the scene. In the meanwhile, here's some dope for y'all to lean. Liaison for days on end. Money make the world go around, so I made some to spend. Can I live this dough with my negs dividends flow like the Mississippi rib looking jig? Can't do for Dolo. Had to turn away when Tony killed Manolo. That's real. Mixed feelings like a mulatto. Thug thought he was OG Bobby Johnson. I played him like Benny Blanco. Mano a mano, you ain't ready. I find no trigger, straight up shoot my guns horizontal. Get your weight up. I am 2.2 pounds, you're barely 125 grams. Wouldn't expect y'all to understand this money. Due to knowledge, due to few dollars, I'm due to demolish. Cruise Brooklyn through Hollis to a hood near you. What the fuck?
Jeez.
Money is power, I'm energetic with facial credit, pure platinum fetish for cheddar, spread lettuce, heroes get deadish. I make moves that remove pebbles out of shoes, you suck pistol like pipe with the crystal. John Stockton couldn't assist you, convoys of Benzes like we filing in the UN. So what the fuck you doing? Whatever, nigga, Farfik Nugent, rugged get polished, banking dollars with the commas, banging bitches.
Oh, I like this guy.
On hides of llama, we cry nada, fly farther, fry hotter, you die gotta, fuck with me, witness mañana, absence of malice in my palace, call cousin, now Dallas. Trigger finger with the callus. Tip scales for mail to keep these niggas off balance. Yo, frequent stops to OTB, you feeding me. Steamer nigga scheming on the Rigorous action with the gleams. Juice for Pop Duke, fulfill your dreams. Never put the pure brown sugar before the dirty green cream.
Bring it on if you think you can hang, and if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang, and if
Man,
not,
yeah, this one has a real street feel to it.
bring it on if you think you can hang, and if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah, bring it on if you think you can hang, and if not, then let me do my thing. Yeah, bring it on, bring it on, yeah, bring it on, bring it on.
Yeah, and all the classical instruments, man, and with this, a lot of it with that vintage feel, just because it's not super crispin, right? There's kind of this like, almost like it's playing through a speaker or a record player, does give everything this mafia type feel. This album feels like mahogany. All right. Bring It On finds Jay-Z, Jaz O, and Sauce Money come together over a DJ Premier beat that could have originally featured Nas and AZ. According to Dame Dash, Nas and AZ was supposed to be on Bring It On. They kept not showing up. That's when we wanted to put out The Firm. They didn't show up. We was meeting and they were saying, yeah, but they wasn't showing up. We'd be waiting and we'd be getting offended. So we brought Sauce Money and Big Jaz on the song. Rapper Jaz O said we were really feeling ourselves and Bring It On was kind of an anthem song, like This Is Us, and basically y'all can't mess with us. Jay-Z described the tracks as friendly competition, while Sauce Money expressed the following. It was a war. It was a war in the studio. Like your brother's going in there and you're watching them put it down. And you're like, man, I got to put it down. Can't be looking crazy. Because we were so lyrical, let me backtrack. They were so lyrical. It's like, I got to step up, man. We all challenged each other. That's cool. Yeah, you don't want to be the weak one on it, right? Man, there's a lot of things going on in here. Okay, we got nothing on this. Front the roll, we roll back with For Real with no trace of AIDS. Mulatto. That's real mixed feelings like a mulatto? I don't think I've ever heard that term. Mulatto is an outdated, frequently offensive racial classification historically used to refer to a person of mixed African and European ancestry, typically someone with one white parent and one black parent. Okay, and then he had, I played him like Benny Blanco. Do you fools listen to music or just skim through it? Cursory listens might make one think that Jay plays the thug the way Benny Blanco got played. However, Jay, who has clearly seen both films, is taking the way Benny Blanco played Carlito in the end of Carlito's Way to describe how he got the upper hand on the thug who thought he was OG Bobby Johnson. I've never seen Carlito's Way. I like mob movies. I did watch The Three Godfathers a few years ago. Okay. It's an Al Pacino movie. Wow, look at this cast. Al Pacino, Sean Penn, Louis Guzman, Penelope, John Leguizamo, Viggo Mortensen. All right, I want to understand this. I mean, I understand what he's saying here. I'm 2.2 pounds. You're barely 125 grams. I'm assuming, obviously, it's a drug reference, but also just their personal reference. The 220 pounds, maybe 125. And usually people will say, like, he's nothing more than $125. when talking about somebody being smaller. 2.2 pounds is a kilogram, while 125 grams is an eighth of a kilo. Roc-A-Fella founder Kareem Biggs cites this as a favorite line on the album because people used to call each other money, allowing the line to be heard as understand this money. And then this reference to the UN. John Stockton couldn't assist you, which obviously a basketball player. Convoys of Benzes, like we Fallon in the UN, which Falling, also tied to this John Stockton. Oh, he holds the record for most career assists. Okay, and then we had OTB. Yeah, your frequent stops to OTB. Oh my gosh, that's so annoying when that does that. What is OTB? Off-track betting. Over the bars crash. OTB bars and diners. Okay, off-track betting. Your frequent stops to off-track betting, you feed me, steam, scheming, the wrist action with the gleams. 1990s New York City off-track betting facilities were legal parlors where people went to gamble on horse races. All right, and the last one I had, never put the pure brown sugar before the dirty green cream. Through this double entendre, Big Jaz emphasized that one should never put women, brown sugar, before money. Never put doing drugs, heroin is also referred to as brown sugar, before getting money when dealing. I feel like there's even more there. Let's do one more search with this just to make sure we're fully getting it. I guess I'm just a little stuck on like the pure green or before the dirty green cream. Is he talking about sperm? I mean, dirty green kind of throws me off, but I don't know. Or maybe the money's dirty. Let me know if you have any insight there for this sweet summer child. Okay, penultimate track. This is track 14, titled Regrets.
Stress. I sold it all from crack to OPM. In third person, I don't wanna see them. So I'm rehearsing with my peoples how to GM. From a remote location in the BM. Scoping the whole situation like damn. Metamorphic as the dope turns to cream. But one of these buyers got eyes like a Korean. It's difficult to read them. The windows to his soul were half closed. I put the key in.
Oh my gosh.
People fleeing. Chink try to knock the only link to time.
I'm Bobby's mom.
Coppers was watching us through nighttime binoculars. This time they got us on tape, exchanging dope for dollars. Make me wanna holler back at at the crib of the sauna, praying my people bailed out like Time Warner, awaiting call from his kin, not the coroner. Phone in my hand, nervous, confined to a corner. Beads of sweat, second thoughts on my mind. How can I ease the stress and learn to live with these regrets? This time, stress, giving this shit up. Fuck. This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. On a rise to the top, many drop. Don't forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. If through our travels we get separated, never forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. As sure as this earth is turning, souls burning in search of how you learn and turning in every direction, seeking direction. My mom's crying cause her insides are dying. Her son trying her patience, keep her heart racing. A million beats a minute. I know I push you to your limit, but it's this game, love. I'm caught up all in it. They make it so you can't prevent it. Never give it, you gotta take it. Can't fake it, I keep it authentic. My hand got this pistol shaking, cause I sense danger like Camp Crystal Lakin. Don't wanna shoot him, but I got him trapped within this infrared dot. About to
Camp Crystal Lake Jason movies.
No answers to these trick questions. No time, shit stressing. My life found, I got to live for the right now.
Maybe also a double entendre about drugs, Crystal.
Turn back the hands once it's too late. Gotta learn to live with regret. You used to hold me, told me that I was the best. Anything in this world I want, I could possess. All that made me want is all that I can get. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. When I was young, you used to hold me, told me I was the best. Anything in this world I want, I could possess. All that made me want is all that I can get. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. I find myself reminiscing, remember this one. When he was here, he was crazy nice with his son. I miss him, long as I'm living, he's living through memories. He's there to kill all my suicidal tendencies. In heaven looking over me, or in hell keeping it cozy. I'm coming, life on these streets ain't what it's supposed to be. Remember Newton, mutual friend with me and him feuding. On your life I try to talk to him, but you know niggas think they guns could stop faux niggas frontin' like they Big Willie, but really old niggas, whole niggas. This year I show niggas think I'm slipping. I'm about to send you a roommate, no bullshitting. But my hustle's going too well to hit 'em. You was right, niggas want you to be miserable with them. Anyway, I ain't trying to hear it. I think I'm touched. This whole verse I've been talking to your spirit a little too much. This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. On a rise to the top, many drop. Don't forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. If through our travels we get separated, never forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. On the rise to the top, many drop. Don't forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. This is the #1 rule for your set. In order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. If through our travels we get separated, never forget, in order to survive, gotta learn to live with regrets. Roc-A-Fella, y'all.
I do like the idea, you know, to survive, you got to learn to live with regrets. I do think, to that point, a few things, that it's best to try to live in a way in which you will not have regrets. And I'll expound on that in just a second. But to give you an illustration, so each spring break for the last several years, we try to go to Disney with our kids. And, you know, I'm like not a confrontational person. I'm not easily angered, and I've worked really hard on that. However, there are some things that do just really bother me. I don't care about people having to go like catch up in line with their family or things like that, whatever. Because a lot of times we have to send our kids out of the line to go use the restroom and then come back and catch up. And I don't want anybody giving them a hard time. However, we were standing in line. So the parks had opened. We kind of went to the first ride we were going to. And we're standing in line. There are like 2 girls in front of us. And this group of like 5 girls come up and, you know, skip under the lines and stuff and to come get with their friends. and they're a little bit like getting ready to pass over, you know, or their friends are a few ahead of us. And anyways, I start seeing all of them start getting under the line, and I'm of the opinion that's like, if that's the case and you got a majority of your group coming from behind, the two should wait and let everybody go through until everybody catches up together, or just go back with them. Don't let the two up front. Let the 5 or 6 come up to the front. I mean, is it just me? Anyways, dude, I went against my better judgment, and I was like, I can't remember exactly what I said. I was like, oh, you guys just all gonna cut? And immediately felt like an idiot, and the girls stopped and got in line. And anyways, they ended up right behind us at some point. And then I'm like, oh, we're just sitting here, and I don't like being at odds with people. You know, we're there to have fun and stuff, but it rubbed me the wrong way. And anyways, I was talking to my wife, and she was just encouraging me to just apologize. And so I did. I turned around, I made amends. I was like, hey, I'm not trying to, you know, be a jerk or anything. And so everything was good. Anyways, my wife was talking to me later, because she is the person in the relationship. She's got that very fiery spirit, and she is the one who would normally be first to speak up. But in marriage over the last 17 years, you know, the best parts of me have rubbed off on her, and the best parts of her have rubbed off on me. And one of the things that she says kind of rubbed off on her is that slowness to speak. And she said, you know, I just try to not do the actions that I know I'm going to want to apologize for later. And because the embarrassment of apologizing, that hard pill of humility, and the foresight of like, if I say this, I'm going to feel this certain way, and then I'm going to have to apologize, and that's a really crappy feeling as well, keeps me from doing the action. So long story short, I think do your best to live in a way that you won't regret. And the other side of that, try not to live in a way that you're like, oh, I'm just going to have regrets, whatever, it's no big deal. Because then you get a seared conscience, meaning like if you burn your tongue on pizza, right, your taste buds are numb, you can't feel anything. And if you keep living in that way and you're just like, whatever, you sear your conscience, and now you have no moral compass. And you will do whatever feels right or sounds right or looks right to you, regardless of how it affects others, because you just are like, oh, well, I'm just going to have regrets, not a big deal. And on the third part of it, I think that you will do things that you will have regrets. Things that you did or things that you didn't do. And part of that is through living life, right? And it is impossible to live life without any regrets. We can try to the best of our ability, but there are things that we're just going to look back on and be like, man, I should have done that, or I shouldn't have done this. So that's my little speech about the idea around regrets. All right, let's take a look here. Closing track, Jay-Z's debut, Reasonable Doubt. That's interesting because there's a 15th track. Is a vulnerable meditation on the moral compromises a gangster has to make in order to survive. The laid-back track contains a sample from the Hubert Laws and Earl Klugh collaboration, It's So Easy Loving You, and producer Peter Panic talked about the song in an interview with Spin Magazine. I did the track, and Jay came over the next morning to see Clark. I just played the track for him and said, yo, this is some new stuff I did last night. It sounds crazy. I just love the bass. Wasn't even planning the beat for him. This was just something I created. Jay left and didn't say nothing. The next morning, Clark's like, yo, Jay wants to use that track. The 2011 book, From Jim Crow to Jay-Z, Race, Rap, and the Performance of Masculinity, the writer highlights how a consistent part of Jay-Z's personal narrative throughout his career has been about carrying the weight of regret, the ability to live with the consequences of bad choices, and to keep moving forward. And I think that's the crux of it, right? Because sometimes making poor choices, or whether they're large or small, can paralyze us, debilitate us, you know? And that's where it's like, you don't want that seared conscience, but sometimes you just have to be like, I put my foot in my mouth. So in the little way, like my trip, I could have let that whole thing derail my mental, right? But instead it's like, man, that was stupid. I look stupid. I feel stupid. Let me own up to that. Let me make amends. And then at some point, I have to move forward and try to learn and do better next time, right? Versus letting it totally paralyze you. Regrets is the pinnacle of this self-exploration, featuring some of Jay's most somber, reflective lyrics, which are almost Shakespearean in nature. Hove himself in his 2010 memoir, Decoded, explained his specific goal behind the making of this emotionally articulate track, showing just how aware he is of the themes that haunt his humanity. The last song on my first album, Reasonable Doubt. The album as a whole was like a conversation I was having with the listener about real feelings and emotions. The album went from the highs of the hustler life and songs like Feelin It to the paranoid depths of the evils. I wanted to end it with regret, that last feeling you have before you go to sleep, or feel when you wake up and look at yourself in the bathroom mirror. So, yeah, I think it works really well as a closing track. So I must have, because I know there are other versions of it that even have like a 16th track that is a remix. So if that is the original closer, which it sounds like it is, I think amazing project, great closer, kind of leaves you with food for thought. But on this version, there is a 15th track, probably has to do with maybe a sample or something that didn't clear. So we'll find out. But this is Can I Live 2. So maybe this is just an extended version. I don't know. We'll see. Let's get in and listen to the final track on this version, Can I Live Part 2, featuring Memphis Bleek.
Yeah, y'all niggas finished, yo. Y'all niggas finished. Got your little radio play, your little BDS, huh? You finished, nigga? Huh? Y'all finished.
It's a BDS.
Huh? Can I live? Yo, you being stingy with the fucking music again, yo. Yo, I blacks out. I pulls the Mac out, scream, what's that about? Then I clap out, I get my plot on, and my drop on, through the right on. Don't even hate on those who hate me, I got pop on, feeling it. Chickens are ice grilling it.
Listen, I know I never stop it. I really haven't heard him do a lot of this, which I love, and Kanye does this a whole lot. Got my plot on and my drop on through the rot on, which is obviously rotten, into Pac on. So I always like when people do this.
And my drop on, through the right on. Don't even hate on those who hate me. I got Pac on, feeling it. Chickens are ice grilling it. Cops pulling it over. Jigger react militant. Speed off. Officer told me turn the beat off. I turn to the level higher. Then return the devil's fire. I'm raised different. Reacting situations. Niggas lay stiffin'. Rookies blame it on the age difference. My subliminal flows create criminal O's. Sing along if y'all with me. To the end of the road. I'm cynical. When in the view with the public, and this is because I'm defensive when I'm in interviews. The percentage you don't understand is higher than the percentage you do. Check yourself, what percentage is you? Can I live? All my niggas with the all-white Air Force Ones and black guns, stacked ones, y'all. Can I live? All my chicks, pigeon toes, stand bow-legged like a bulldog. You know what I mean? Can I live? All the CeeLo champs, 2 green dice and 1 red. Stop the bank and roll head, y'all. Can I live? So all my niggas who drink Hennessy straight, cop mixtapes and sell weight, niggas. I got the feds sending me letters cause I'm schooling the youth. But they can't lock me down cause my tool is the truth. Yeah, I sold drugs for a living, that's a given. Why is it? Why don't y'all try to visit the neighborhoods I live in? My mind been through hell. My neighborhood is crime central. Where cops lock you up more than try to defend you. I push you to the limit when I'm needing the wealth. And all I see is life cycle just repeating itself. Ran in a shorty bopping down the Ave on his way to clocking math. Then he proceeded to show me a block of slab.
Hey yo, it's money out there, I just got to have. When I catch up to these fiends, I'ma knock them on their ass, not to brag. Sometimes I look at my life and laugh. How I think about school when it taught me not a craft. When I back out, let one out, let the barrel turn. Holla at you faggots, that is my block to burn. That credit you dead it. I know heads getting annoying. Knew all about a dope thing before reading Donald Goins. Flipping boyin', using the right cut. One thing that's fucked up is bad dope that I can't pump. This slab, gotta re-up and re-bag. Blend it in with the raw, bubble it fast, cop more. Once I get it, I got it, I lock it. Nobody pop shit. Selling 20 block, bitch, or some black.
Bleek is at 100, dude.
Nigga, what you want, nigga? What you want, nigga? Can I live?
So all my niggas that hold coke in they bubble coat, trying to win with the construction teams, yo. Can I live? Or USA? All my chicks that strip, boost.
The Timberlands that were like construction looking boots.
All my chicks with the credit card scams, 2 kids, 1 job, and no man. All my chicks getting that wash and set with their welfare check. All the mommies down me best, alright? Yeah. All my niggas rocking them fitted caps, trying to get at this rap. You know what I mean? All my cats with open cases, big cars and no license. I like that shit. I see y'all. All my niggas that say pause after they say some fucked up shit. Rock on, and Jigga shit. Roc-A-Fella forever, y'all. Major coins. Yeah. Memphis Bleek, nigga.
All right, Memphis with the writing credits on this one. Let's see what's going on. So the sequel to Can I Live 2 came out as a bonus track on the 98 reissue of the album. All right, let's look at a few things and I'll share some closing thoughts. Got your little radio play, your little BDS. Refers to Nielsen Broadcast Data Systems, which is a service that would track the number of times a song was played on the radio. The small amount of spins given to his competition is unimpressive to Hove. Okay. Little radio play, your little BDS, huh? Okay. Got it. And then, what did he say? Donald Goins about I know heads getting annoyed and knew all about a dope fiend before reading Donald Goins. 1970s writer whose books, including Dope Fiend, dealt with the underworld of the slum, especially drug pushers and addicts. Memphis was born in the ghetto, so he doesn't need to read books about the subject to learn about it. I know heads getting annoyed and knew all about a dope fiend before reading Donald Goins, flipping boy and using the right cut. All right. Let's talk some final thoughts. Man, I really enjoyed this. I knew going back early on Jay-Z, I'm still really interested in hearing Nas. I mean, there's so many, right? That kind of paved the path. But I knew that I would enjoy this. I love this kind of flow. I love even some of like my favorite things on Kanye. I've got a few videos where I rank every song on Kanye albums. And some of my favorite ones were the more street style songs. I love big production and just really intricate lyrics. I love kind of some of the emo rap type genre and all the different things people are doing. So I love different things for different reasons, but there's just something I really rock with about the simplicity within this. It's very like, the beats are so clean. Everything just feels like put a tie on this. And Jay-Z, I just love his voice. I love that deeper type of sound within rappers. I love his flow. It's so smooth. He does some fun stuff in here. So all in all, absolutely love this project and look forward to more from him. I think the next thing that we're doing from him, as I explained, we're going to do a few Jay-Z records. And then we'll do Watch the Throne, and then we'll continue on with Yeezus. But I think the next thing I have for him is we were going to move to the Blueprint. And then, is that right? Because then there's the one, let's see, Jay-Z, Kanye produced album. Yeah, I think the blueprint, there's a few things that he's done on. Anyways, I've got a couple albums we're going to do from Jay-Z. Then we'll do Watch the Throne, then Yeezus. So it'll be good. We got a lot of good stuff to look forward to. I know you want Yeezus now, but be patient. It will pay off. And I enjoy moving into these different areas. So as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to expound on anything, challenge anything. We're all here to learn and grow together. Again, feel free to check out Patreon, see what we got going on there. We're building a great community. And as these videos are not monetizable, it helps the channel out a lot, helps us continue doing what we're doing. Would always, I never ask for this, but appreciate a thumbs up, a comment, a subscribe, help push this video out. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope to see you in the next one, and I'll see you in the comments. We're eating good.